Hello everyone, welcome back to more Nurse Love Syndrome. Some more Nagisa. One second. I turned down the background music a little more, so hopefully the voices and stuff are fine. Also, I wanted to go over this last time, but I forgot. Blah 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 blah. So here's a little bit about the characters. Protagonist of the story, a girl like any other, with cheerfulness being her only strong suit. Although she nearly died in a car accident when she was 10, she made a miraculous recovery, leading her to work at becoming a nurse to give back to the world of medicine that saved her. The driver of the truck that hit her left her with a fear of men. Mood. After the accident, people around her insist she has healing hands that allow her to ease the pain of wherever she touches, but Kaori herself thinks it's nothing but a placebo. So that's Kaori Sawai. Okay, Chief Hatsumi Otsuka, the chief nurse of the ward of internal medicine where Kaori works. Although Kaori fears her for her strict guidance, Hatsumi acts out of love. An archetypal workaholic, Hatsumi is catastrophically bad at housework, unable to clean her room or cook the simplest of recipes. Nagisa Fujisawa, a nurse in Kaori's hospital 1 year her senior, Nagisa was always admired by Kaori back in high school. They were both on the student council back in school and were known as a great team. Although Nagisa is glad to see that they'll be paired up again after she's assigned Kaori's preceptor, she harbors hidden feelings toward her charge. In the nurse-preceptor system, the more experienced teacher nurse is called the preceptor, whereas the younger pupil nurse is called the preceptee. Sayuri, we haven't seen her yet, I don't think. Sayuri Sakai, a girl who's admitted into Kaori's hospital. She hates Kaori since the moment she steps foot in the hospital, but Kaori has no memory of meeting her before. Sayuri criticizes Kaori at any chance she gets and seems to be hiding something as she struggles with the serious disease of aplastic anemia. Yasuko Yamanouchi, one of the more experienced nurses in Kaori's ward. She takes on the role of older sister in the workplace, acting as a mediator between Chief Otsuka and Kaori and Nagisa. Although she does her job well, she seems to prioritize her personal hobbies and occasionally seems less than eager to work as a team. Here's Ami Asada, energetic disease patient who tends to spin her wheels. As sickly as she is cheerful, she's in Kaori's hospital to be treated for nephrotic syndrome. Although still a high school student, Ami's appearance and actions often get her mistaken for a middle schooler. Also mood. Look at her little shoes, what are those? Okay, this is Miyuki. We haven't seen her yet, but she's my favorite because she's voiced by Ayane Sakura. Any character voiced by her is automatically my favorite. That's a rule. Miyuki Wakamoto, a mysterious girl the age of a middle schooler who's been in the secluded room 310 for a long, long time. Few have seen this reclusive patient outside of her room, even nurses. These weird slippers. So that's all the characters. Alright, let's jump back in. It's my 4th day since coming to the ward. This is awkward. I gotta think of something to talk about. The nurse who just came in, she's one of the night shift nurses, right? A part-time one? She stayed here the whole time. Wow, that's rough.
お疲れ様。さすがに夜勤帯でのステルベンは私たちに記録はできないから。分かってますって。っていうかこんな時間かかっちゃって日勤さんの邪魔しちゃった。ごめんなさい。 明日も入りだったわよね。早く帰ってゆっくり休んでください。
はーい、そうします。沢井さん、早く成長してね。じゃ、お疲れ。お疲れ様でした。
I bow as the nurse waves her hand and leaves. Senpai Yamanochi, the other nurses and assistants, even the night shift part-time nurse is really nice to me. But I can't remember her name. What do I do? The room's just so tense. Well, all of the nursing assistants and nurses, part and full-time alike, are very nice to me. There's one person, however, who isn't terribly warm. It's not so much that she isn't nice, it's more like, well, she acts just a little alienating towards me. This person is none other than the chief, who's eating her lunch in front of me. There's usually no time to notice it during work since we're so busy, but on break when it's just us, I can't hold a conversation with her at all. It's super awkward.
さっきの捨てる弁って。
Thank you for asking, because I wanted to know too.
死亡という意味よ。
Oh, that's right. The morning report said someone had passed away. We sure can't talk.
主任さんっていつからここで働いてるんですか？
他人の経歴を気にする前に気にするべきことがあるでしょ。
はい、すみません。
It's practically impossible to keep a conversation going. They didn't teach me how to deal with this in nursing school, that's for sure. I should probably avoid going on break with the chief in the future. But since whoever's free goes on breaks, I can't imagine my selfishness will go over well, and I'd rather not put that kind of pressure on everyone. What do I do?
あなたはよくやってると思うわ。
I doubt my ears for a second. I look at the chief to see that her chopsticks are stationary as she looks at me.
だから他人の経歴や能力とかそういう雑念に惑わされず、あなたには自分の進むべき道を進んでほしいの。
Is she following up on what she said a moment ago? Is it because I look disappointed at her cold answer?
私は口下手だし看護バカだからつい厳しいことを言ってしまうけれど、そう深く落ち込む必要はないわ。
Feel about, though.
叱られたという事実に対して落ち込むのではなく、叱られたその内容を反芻して次は叱られないように努力してほしいのよ。
Don't get yelled at again.
こんなことは言うべきではないかもしれないけれど、あなたには個人的に期待もしているわ。
She expects a lot from me. Really? The chief?
その根拠は言えないけれど、私が厳しくする理由はそれよ。
Saying only that, the chief starts eating again. Oh, wow. The chief thinks that about me. That's certainly music to my ears.
頑張ります。主任さんの期待に添えるように。
口先でなら何とでも言えるわね。
Ugh.
って言ってしまうのはいけないのだと分かっているのだけれど、その言葉が口先だけでないことを今後の勤務態度で証明してください。
The chief smiles brightly at me. All right. I'll work my pants off and grow so much that the chief will say I did a good job.
よー新人、仕事にはもう慣れた。
Someone smacks me on the back while I'm writing my report. It actually made me cough, but even worse.
熱気表が。
No, my temperature chart. There's a straight diagonal line in blue pencil running square along the temperature chart I'd been writing.
ひどいです、山之内さん。ああ、悪い悪い。そんな泣きそうな顔せんでも消したらええやん、そんなもん。
Yamanouchi slips the temperature chart out of my hand and rubs the blue line out with an eraser. She genuinely is a good person, a little eccentric though.
ああ、そうそう。自分、大大佐の天敵、敵化速度速すぎてたで。
Whoops.
大大佐は神経質やからね。天敵が早く終わるのも遅く終わるのもめっちゃ気にするね。すみません。ああいうのプリセプターがきっちりチェックするもんやけど、藤沢は藤沢で手一杯やもんな。ところで、あんたから見た藤沢ってどう？どうって？
I don't know what Yamanouchi's getting at. Does she want to talk bad about Senpai?
渚先輩は私の尊敬する先輩です。ちゃうちゃう、そういう意味やない。警戒せんでええよ。藤沢がどうこう言いたいわけやないねん。藤沢も頑張ってるねんけど、まだ2年目やからな。傍から見てて危なっかしいねん。
They had to include bless her heart.
藤沢は通常業務だけでアップしてる時もある。プリセプターさせるんは早かったんちゃうかってうちは思うてんねん。
He's someone's preceptor.
たまに沢井がポツンと詰め所の隅で次は何したらええんかわからんとボケっとしとる時もあるしな。そういう時があるのは否定しませんが、でも渚先輩は藤沢はようやっとる。それはうちも主任も他のスタッフもちゃんと分かってるから安心し。ただ藤沢はまだ2年目で新人に毛が生えたくらいやからどうしても穴があるやろ。せやから藤沢がテンパってる時はあんたがフォローしたってほしいねん。でも私には渚先輩のフォローは。無論新人にフォローなんざできっこないのは分かっとる。あんたにしてほしいわ。何でもかんでも藤沢に聞くんやなくて、他の手の空いてる人にも聞けってこと。あんたが全力で藤沢に寄りかかったら藤沢も潰れてしまうやろ。藤沢が潰れんように寄りかかる負担先を臨機応変にチョイスしてほしいね。たまには渚先輩以外の人にも質問しろってことですか？ニュアンスがちと違うな。藤沢はあんたのプリセプターやけど、プリセプターだけが藤沢の仕事やないねん。それはわかるな。はい、私の指導以外に部屋も担当してますから。分かってくれた？
Oh, that's right. Senpai has to deal with me while she's doing her regular work, so when it looks like her head's about to burst, I should ask someone else for help. Yamanouchi's telling me to lower Senpai's load on my own. And if she came out straight and told me not to ask Senpai every question that came to my head, I probably wouldn't be able to ask anyone anything. Which would mean I'd have to make decisions on my own, and that would lead to medical mistakes. But if she hadn't said anything to me, I would get too used to asking Senpai my questions and would feel really uncomfortable with asking anyone else for help. Yamanouchi wants me to avoid piling up all my needs on Senpai alone and diffuse them among her and the other nurses. そうですよね。私、渚先輩にしか質問しちゃいけないのかと思ってました。プリセプター制度って基本マンツーマンやからね。そう思い込んでても無理ないわ。テンパると助けてほしくてもどう助けを求めてええんかわからんようになるからな。何度もテンパるうちに離れするようになるけど、2年目の藤沢に新人指導はまだ荷が重い。少なくともうちにはそう見える。 least the way I see it.
せやからあんたの方で調節すんねん。藤沢が忙しそうな時は負担をかけんように他の人に質問な。山の内お姉様とお約束できるな。
Yamanouchi holds out her pinky finger. Wait, is this a pinky promise? I look over at Yamanouchi to see she has a devilish grin on her face. When I gently wrap my pinky around hers, she brightly smiles back at me.
女と女の約束やで。
Yamanouchi, she's being considerate of Senpai and me. What a lovely person she is. The blue line on my temperature chart isn't fully rubbed out though. Sad.
やっと今日という日が終わる。
Senpai is totally beat. Well, of course she would be. On top of her regular work, she has to take care of me too. Yamanouchi told me not to put too much pressure on Senpai by asking other people for help in the afternoon, but I might have asked Senpai for everything.
背筋を伸ばしなさい、二人とも。
That was the sound of the chief banging on the desk. That scared the life out of me.
疲れたのはわかるけれど、シャキッとしなさい。はい、すみません。看護師が疲れた顔をしていると患者さんが心配するでしょう。患者さんに不安を与えてどうするの。
I don't think any patients would be peeking into the nurse's station though.
白衣を着てここにいる以上、患者さんの視線はどこにでもあると思いなさい。詰め所の中にいるからって油断は禁物です。意識をし続けることが重要なの。ぐったりしたければ奥の休憩室へ行きなさい。
Do it in the break room. Ugh, of course the chief knew what I was thinking.
はい、すみませんでした。よろしい。で、沢井さんは分かったの？わかりました。以後気をつけます。よろしい。その言葉通り、これからは気をつけてください。はい。
Ugh. It's like we're in the army. This is a hospital, right?
体育会系やねみんな。
Sports team? Is that what we're acting like?
ほな、お先に。
Yamanouchi picks up her bag and lightly slides out of the nurse's station.
沢井、もう仕事終わった？はい。じゃあ先に上がってて。私はまだ記録終わってないから。じゃあ私手伝います。渚先輩にはすごくお世話になってるし。そう？藤沢さん、沢井さんの言葉に甘えたら、このままだと夜勤さんの迷惑になってしまうわよ。そうですね。じゃあ沢井、龍角さんの尿量を見てきてくれる？
Do I have to? Mr. Rukaku, he had heart failure, right? He's a pretty scary old man, too.
尿量だけでいいですか？バイタルサインとかはいいですか？バイタルは取ったから大丈夫。あと点滴の残量もお願い。はい、わかりました。龍角さんは気難しい人だから顔を見に来たとか言って世間話もしてくるのよ。事務的な対応が大嫌いな人だから。
Hates being treated procedurally.
はい、ありがとうございます。
Oh, I guess he wants to be treated with a personal touch, which is why he was probably so angry when I made him wait. It's a little late now, but if I just answered his call and asked him what he needed, he probably wouldn't have been so cross with me. Because when you actually sit down and talk to him, Mr. Rukaku's a pretty nice old man. though I found him quite scary up until a little while ago.
あ、どうも。
He does look scary looking. There's a man in the hall staring at me. Oh, that's not him. Whoop. So I bow my head before going into the nurse's station. I wonder if he's visiting a patient.
戻りました。尿量は850、点滴の残りは50くらいでした。点滴がなくなりそうになったらコールしてくれるそうです。ありがとう。助かったわ、サワイ。
Senpai jots down what I tell her.
インアウト少なめだけど以前よりはいい感じね。利尿剤が功を奏したのかしら。
I tilt my head at the chief's words. In out? That's the amount that goes out and the amount that goes in, right? Which means that Mr. Kaku's urine levels are a little low compared to his water intake? The chief takes a look at me and chuckles.
龍角散の尿量と点滴残量がなぜ重要なのかわかる？
Because dehydration is very real? Put on the spot, I probably can't give an answer.
龍角散の疾患はわかってる？
はい、カルテの病名欄には心不全って書いてありました。
The chief nods in satisfaction when I answer.
心不全にもいろいろあるけれど、龍角散の場合は高齢による心機能の低下ね。心機能が落ちているということは心臓に負担をかけてはいけないということはわかるわよね。点滴で水分を入れて体液量を増やすと、その体液を循環させるべく心臓はたくさん拍動する必要があるの。
Circulated around his system.
拍動すればするほど心筋が疲労するから、あまり点滴量を増やしてはいけない。かといって水分量を絞りすぎると、今度は水分が足りなくて脱水になってしまう。
難しい。
そう、難しいの。現時点で点滴の残量が50ということは、朝から龍角散には950の補液がなされている。尿量が850ってことは、単純計算で 100ml の水分が身体に溜まってるってことよね。本当は食事などの水分も入れるものだけれど、龍角散は今日は便が出てるし、そこまで厳密に考えなくてもいいわ。
Oh. It's hard to follow along, but I have at least picked up that it's important to pay attention to in out.
水が体に溜まるということは、龍角散のようなお年寄りにとってはかなり致命的よ。溜まった水分が細胞に溜まれば浮腫、いわゆるむくみになるでしょ。水分が肺に溜まれば肺水腫。肺水腫は肺が水浸しになることだから、息が苦しくなってくるわね。肺水腫は肺精神に直結するわ。なぜだかわかる？
Wait, I think I learned about this in school, but I didn't actually understand it.
いえ、わかりません。
When I honestly admit that I don't understand, the chief looks at me with a warm smile.
肺の前には肺動脈、その前には右心室、右心房。肺に流れ込む肺動脈の血流が悪くなると、順番に流れが滞ってしまうの。
If the circulation from the pulmonary arteries into the lungs weaken, that starts to slow down other circulation.
心臓から肺へ行く肺動脈の流れが悪くなると、その前にある右心室の血液も滞る。つまり右心不全を引き起こすの。この一連の症状を肺精神というのよ。強心剤を打つだけではダメ。水浸しの肺の治療をしないと症状は改善しないの。
Flooded lungs before it'll get better.
肺精神や右心不全にならないようにドクターは 利尿剤をかけるなどの対策を講じ、その判断の助けをするのが私たちの仕事よ。
Follow through on his decision. Oh. The more you try to understand it, the more you have to actually know to understand it. Talk about difficult.
ごめん沢井、ゴリンさんに石が出たかどうか聞いてきてくれる？さっき放出した時はいなかったんだよね。ゴリンさん、また喫煙所かもですね。とりあえず行ってきます。よろしく。
The smoking area is right outside the outpatient emergency exit on the first floor, so... The man who passed me on the stairs, wasn't he in the hospital earlier? Am I just imagining things?
なんだか外来の方が騒がしい。
He killed someone. I can hear the wail of an ambulance approaching. Was there an accident or something? Or did someone call an ambulance because an elderly person in the neighborhood had a heart attack? When I asked a bored-looking Mr. Gorin in the smoking area about his kidney stone, he said it wasn't out yet. He's in the hospital for a rather large kidney stone, but he's almost never in his room. I know he likes his cigarettes, but he could at least try to buck the habit since he's hospitalized.
そこの人、どいて。
Bang! Someone pushes my back.
ごめんね。
I turn around, sticking close to the wall as the outpatient nurse apologizes to me. She hustles the stretcher along down the hall. I was at fault here, for just standing in the middle of the hall when a patient had to be carried through. But... I saw it. The bloody hand hanging over the side of the stretcher. The leg bent in an impossible direction. And the lukewarm stench of blood.
沢井さん、しっかりなさい。外来から内科病棟のスタッフがへたり込んでるって連絡があったのよ。
The chief peers into my eyes.
主任さん。
I find myself clinging to the chief.
沢井さん、どうしたの？
怖い。私、怖い。
怖い？何かあったの？
Did something happen? All I did was catch sight of a bloodied patient being carried on a stretcher to the x-ray room. But that's all I saw, but I just can't stop shaking.
血まみれの患者さんが。手が血だらけで、足も曲がってて、血の匂いがして。どうしよう、私、怖い。
ここは病院よ。事故で大怪我をした患者さんも運ばれてきて当然よ。
怖い。私もいつかあんな風に。
落ち着きなさい、沢井さん。
The chief gently hugs me.
落ち着くのよ、沢井さん。そんなことになるわけがない。
You don't know that.
寮は病院の近く。気をつければ車にはねられることもないわ。安心しなさい。
Well, I read the fade and she did get hit by a car, so... She whispers into my ear. Her voice fills my mind.
あなたは慣れない仕事で疲れているだけよ。疲れているからそんなありえない思いに取りつかれてしまっているの。
It's like her words are pouring into my cells.
落ち着きなさい、沢井さん。
The tension gradually leaves me. And when I think about it, I'm not sure why I got so scared. Yes, you do.
落ち着いた？
はい。ご迷惑をかけてすみませんでした。
あなたがなかなか戻ってこないから 藤沢さんが心配していたのよ。その矢先の外来から連絡でしょ。藤沢さん真っ青になっていたわよ。
Mr. Gooden's kidney stones.
私、渚先輩の記録のお手伝いをしてたのに。
大丈夫よ。藤沢さんはあなたが戻ってくるのを待っているから。単にまだ記録が終わってないだけなんだけど。
The chief giggles. Yeah, she's right. This is a hospital. Accident victims will get rolled in. I don't remember the accident I was in long ago, but I'm probably traumatized when it comes to big injuries or accidents. Perhaps I just never noticed it before, since nothing like that actually happened around me.
白衣性恋愛症候群リセラピー。
A dark, dark world. Where am I? Am I in an ambulance? Oh, when I think about it, I was in a car accident as a kid, wasn't I? But I don't remember anything from that. I was still in elementary school and sustained severe injuries, so my memories got scrambled, and I probably don't want to remember it either. The flurry of confusing events might have made me forget, or it might have been side effects of the anesthetic. But lately, I can't help the feeling that I've forgotten something important. However, I have no idea what I forgot, and that just worries me to no end. That's probably where my androphobia came from too. My mother tells me that after my accident, I grew terribly afraid around adult men, but I have no idea why. It just might be this image hiding away in my mind. This man with a tense, fearsome face is tucked away in a corner of my head. I think that man is at the core of my fear of men as a whole. I wonder if that terrifying man was in the car that hit me. Is that why he's stuck in my head? But no matter how much I think about it, I can't remember a thing. My absent memories provide no answer. But the fear that bubbles up from that void just won't leave me.
かおりちゃん。
I hear a voice. It's calling out to me. Who are you? This isn't the first time you've appeared in my dreams. Who are you?
忘れていいの。痛いことや苦しいことはみんな忘れた方がいいよ。
It's okay to forget all the pain, all the suffering. You should just forget about it all. What? I can't do that. The memories are worth forgetting. The pain, the hurt, they're all dear memories to me. It hurts? Why? Why does it hurt so much?
痛くないよ、かおりちゃん。本当は痛くないんだよ。
This really, really hurts. How can you say it doesn't? Help someone, anyone. I'm in my room.
また夢を見ちゃった。
And what was that dream about anyway? Who in the world was that girl talking to me to? Is it a sign of something? I take a glance at the clock. It's 4:30 in the morning. A bit too early to wake up. But I won't be able to fall back asleep given how wide awake I am. What now?
汗かいちゃった。
I'll take a shower, change, and go back to bed. I settle on that and decide to get out of bed. Morning already? Morning? Wait, did I fall asleep again?
仕事。
What does the clock say?
もう10時過ぎてる。
I'm late. And not just late either, fatally late. What do I do? The chief's going to really let me have it. When I imagine the chief looking at me in cool vexation, I come back to my senses. I take a look at the work schedule on my wall. It lists everyone's work shifts in clear view. I check the intersection of the date and my name to see what initial is on it. I'm not sure why they use this, but the P stands for public holiday, which is what my days off are referred to. Oh, the head nurse explained back on Monday when I had my first day on the job. We're an 8-break, 4-week establishment, she said. I asked about it later to hear it meant that we would get 8 days off over 4 weeks. So basically 2 days off a week. The hospital world sure has some roundabout terms. I run my eyes over Senpai's name and track her road to the present day. A is for afternoon or the day shift, while the night shift is indicated by I and O the next day. I stands for when you go on the night shift, and O stands for when you get out the next day. The night shift starts at 4:30 p.m. and lasts until 9:30 a.m. the following day. There's 2 hours of nap time included. During the night hours, everything falls on the night nurses to deal with. And I'm gonna end up on the night shift sometime when I get a little more accustomed to the job. I let myself worry in front of the work schedule on my wall for a bit. Then I noticed something blinking in the corner of my eye. I flip open my phone and check my messages. There's 2 from Senpai. The first one is one saying good morning. The second,
Nagisa senpai?
the phone shuddered in my hand. It's another one from Senpai. Yeah, sure it was. Yeah, that makes sense. Senpai wouldn't call me Kari. It kinda made my heart leap though.
Nagisa senpaiのメール見てドキッとしましたと。脅かすの禁止です。はい、送信と。
Now then, since I've got the day off and I'm still a little tired, and since I had a really weird dream this morning, I'll catch a little more sleep. I can't hang out with Senpai either since she's at work. Wait, she's at work now, right? Are things slow enough for her to send messages? I guess I'll send her a message later and ask. But for now I feel kind of tired.
よく寝た。あ、メール来てる。山之内さんのせいで主任さんに怒られたよ。勤務中に携帯いじるなって。ああ。
Yeah, there's no way the chief wouldn't get mad at her for being on her phone at work. Sorry, Senpai.
白衣性恋愛症候群リセラピー。我が内科病棟にも新人が入ってきたことを祝して乾杯。
乾杯!
乾杯。
After waking up from my impossibly long nap in the evening yesterday, I found a message from Senpai waiting. It said that they were having a welcome party for me tomorrow. It would be in a bar near the hospital. Attendance would be free. According to Senpai, events like this were under station expenses. If we didn't have enough money, the head nurse and the doctor would cover us themselves.
本日はお疲れのところお越しいただき毎度ありがとうございますなんちね本日の飲み食いは詰め所費から足りない分は院長の小野先生と常盤市長が負担してくれるそうですはい拍手
Round of applause, everyone. Wow, they're actually going to cover us. I kinda only half believed it when Senpai told me, but the doctor and head nurse are actually going to cover us. Are they rich or something?
本日は夜勤さんと小さいお子さんがいる人とデートの予定が入っている人以外は基本参加してもらいましたこういう機会は他に忘年会ぐらいしかないので積極的に参加してただ酒ただ飯か食らうのがお得です
A few of the nurses grimace. Yamanochi doesn't exactly grasp the concept of a filter, does she? Though on the positive side, I suppose you could say she's honest?
ちゅうわけで誰かマイクで何か主張したいって人はいませんか
Silence. I mean, there's only a dozen people here. Would anyone really want to go as far as using the mic to say what they have to say?
誰もいないようなので我が内科病棟の新人紹介に移りますちゅうわけで期待の新人沢井さんです不詳山之内が皆さんに代わって突撃インタビューをします
Wait, I'm getting interviewed all of a sudden? No one told me this would happen.
ほらほらボケっとしないはい立って
At Senpai's urging, I stand up. Everyone's eyes are on me, and I can't help but feel embarrassed.
こんばんはそれでは新人の沢井さんフルネームをお願いしますこんばんは新しく内科病棟に配属されました沢井香織です硬いな新人人見知りするタイプ人見知りっていうか心の準備ができてなくてちょっとうろたえています正直者やねじゃあここから質問コーナーです看護師になった理由を聞かせてください
There it is, the question you run into when you're new anywhere. Come to think of it, I heard this one a lot back when I was in nursing school.
昔大怪我をしたことがあってせっかく助かった命だから誰かの役に立てたらと思って
Huh? The chief's looking at me like she wants to say something. Wonder what it could be.
殊勝な心がけです金のために看護師やってる私に爪の赤を恵んでやってください
We all laugh.
やだ沢井が山之内さんの毒牙にかかっちゃう逃げて早く逃げて
ほらそこ人聞きの悪いこと言わない
Another wave of laughter. Yamanochi really knows how to move the mood. The party starts out smoothly, with Senpai jumping on the openings Yamanochi makes for her. I've got to do my best, too. I want the staff here to acknowledge me as one of them as soon as I can.
ちゅうわけで覚悟を新たにする新人に一曲歌ってもらいましょう
No one told me I'd be singing.
まさか嫌やとは言わんよな新人歌います
Well, if the mood demands that I sing.
じゃあ何歌うの私入れてあげる
じゃあリトルウィングはおお知る人ぞ知る名曲沢井とはうまい酒が飲めそうやね
A song only a true fan would know. Is this song that much of a hidden gem?
そうじゃなくて看護学生時代にいつ つもこの曲を歌う友達がいて。あるよね、カラオケで歌を覚えることって。期待させやがって。楽しかったね、サワイ。
Right after the party ended, Yamanouchi hurried home after getting an emergency message. The other staff don't live in the dorm, so they headed for the station after exiting the bar, leaving Senpai and me behind alone. Things were so loud and exciting, and now silence. Sudden silence. The staff members who live in the dorm are Yamanouchi, who hurried home, Senpai, myself, and the chief.
あれ、そういえば主任さんは多分病棟じゃないかな。
My eyes go wide when I hear that.
主任さん仕事だったんですか？
Senpai just giggles at that, though.
違うわよ。今日の飲み会、夜勤さんは参加できなかったでしょ。だから夜勤さんに差し入れをね。あんまり愛想のいい人じゃないけど、主任さんすっごく気配りの人なのよ。沢井は緊張して気づかなかったかもしれないけど、主任さん飲み会の間お皿を片付けたり料理を取り分けたりいろいろやってたんだから。そうなんですか。
I hadn't noticed at all.
表立って盛り上げるのは山之内さんの役目。自分は縁の下の力持ちでいいって割り切ってるのかもしれないよね。誰にでもできることじゃないよ。人に評価されないことを嫌がらずにコツコツやるなんて。私も主任さんくらい気が利く性格だったら好きな子に振り向いてもらえるかもしれないのに。おえ、渚先輩、好きな人いたんですか？はあ、今のなしだからね、聞かなかったことにして。
There's someone in Senpai's heart?
私全然気がつきませんでした。もう私は渚先輩の味方ですから協力するので何でも言ってくださいね。いや、だからね。
I can't believe she had such a painful romance going on, waiting for her beloved to notice her existence.
まあいいわ。飲みすぎちゃった私が悪い。渚先輩？なんでもない。さあ、明日も仕事だから今日はさっさと帰って寝るわよ。はい。寝坊したら主任さんに叱られちゃいますもんね。
I didn't get to speak with the chief at all during tonight's party, but I'm sure I'll get chances to get closer to her later. So I've got to do the work I can now. I'm doing my best tomorrow.
白衣性恋愛症候群リセラピー。
Today's the start of my second day on the job. There's still not much I can do, but I at least want to support the other staff. Like, I can clean up the desk if it's a bit messy, or be the first one to take a nurse call.
はい、どうされました？
There's no answer. When there's no answer on the other line, it might mean they accidentally pressed the button, but I've got to go check anyway.
302からのコールですが、返事がありません。返事がない。
Huh?
山之内さん、不謹慎ですよ。
すみませんね。
What, are you trying to make me think there's a ghost or something?
私302に確認に行ってきます。屍でないことを祈る。
Can you just stop talking, Yasuko?
山之内さん。
The chief and Yamanouchi were saying something, but it's not directly related, so I'll just ignore it.
失礼します。どなたか
My eyes shoot open the second I step inside. Mr. Tai is curled over his bed, vomiting.
大丈夫ですか、大谷さん。
I rush up to him and stroke his back. What do I do at times like these, as a nurse? This is the second time I've helped a vomiting patient, but I can't use last time's experience at all. What do I do? Senpai, help!
失礼します。沢井さんがここにいると。大丈夫ですか？
The way she just slid in. When Senpai comes in and sees Mr. Tai puking, she runs up to me.
渚先輩、私どうしたらいいんでしょうか。バイタルはもう取った？手ぶらできちゃいまして。じゃあ私血圧計取ってくるから、サバイは大谷さんをお願い。
With that, Senpai bolts out of the room. That doesn't tell me what I need to do. Alright, I'll just scrub his back for now, I guess. Yeah, that's about all I can do now. Mr. Tai pulls himself up. His voice is quiet and his face pale. He smiles brightly at me.
気にしないでください。すぐシーツ交換しますね。
I fold over the dirty comforter and hide Mr. Tai's refuse. Yeah, refuse. What else can I do? Senpai, hurry back.
失礼します。じゃあ血圧測りますね。
Senpai takes Mr. Tai's blood pressure. As she takes care of that, I pick up the dirty comforter and go into the hall.
あら、沢井さん、どうしたんですか？お布団なんか持って。大谷さんが吐いてしまって。そうなんですか。じゃあ新しいのを持ってきます。シーツ交換は？お布団の上に吐いたならお布団に染み込んじゃってるでしょ。沢井さんはそんな布団使いたいですか？
No. She has a point. I hadn't actually considered that.
中の布団はクリーニングに出しますから。あとこういうことは介護スタッフに任せて、看護師さんは他の仕事をしてくださいね。はい。
The nursing staff takes the comforter and walks off.
他の仕事って言ったって。
I know that she didn't mean anything bad by that. Really, I do. And I know she was being nice to me, of course, but I'm still new here, so I don't know what other nursing stuff I need to be attending to.
あら、沢井さん、廊下で何してるんです？
The same staff comes back with a new comforter in hand.
もしかしてお布団が来るのを待ってたんですか？じゃあ、はい、これ。
She hands it to me.
患者さんに冷えは禁物ですものね。ちゃんと温めるように言ってあげてくださいね。はい、ありがとうございます。
The nursing staff walks off without waiting on my answer. She looks pretty busy. With the fresh-smelling comforter in my hands, I go back into the room. Nagisa looks a little pale as she writes down notes on the back of her left hand. When I put the comforter on Mr. Otai, she stands up looking even more pale.
血圧も落ち着いてきま。
Senpai?
渚先輩？
She all but pushes me out of the way as she dashes out of the room.
渚先輩。
It's the vomiting thing, isn't it? Mr. Tai's eyes widen from under the new comforter.
どうしたんでしょうかね。大谷さん、何かあればまたナースコールしてくださいね。
He weakly smiles and bows his head. Huh? Senpai isn't here. I thought she would have dashed back to the nurse's station. And here I thought she had to finish a report or something.
お、沢井は無事か？はい。
Fine. Why?
さっき藤沢がトイレでおえおえ言うてたで。
She did say she couldn't hold it in. I didn't know what she couldn't hold in, but I guess now I do.
戻りました。戻りました中よりは戻しましたって感じやね。すみません。去年の誰かさんは患者さんの目の前で盛大にもろたから、それに比べたらマシなんちゃう？
Seriously, what is wrong with this woman?
言わないでください。
That happened to Senpai last year?
あんたももらいゲロせんくなれればええんやけどね。特効薬とかコツとかあったら私が知りたいですよ、本気で。
無駄口叩いていないで仕事をしなさい、あなたたち。
はーい、部屋周り行ってきます。
Yamanouchi lightly slides out of the room. I think about what I need to do next, and
記録書かなきゃ。ごめん沢井、これ書いておいて。
Senpai copies over the notes from her hand onto a piece of paper and hands it to me. Then she staggers out of the station with a pale face. Senpai, are you gonna be okay?
あなたもよそ見していないで記録を書いてしまいなさい。時間は限られているのよ。
When the chief scolds me, I scramble to pick up Mr. Atai's report.
はい、すみません。
藤沢さんのあの心の弱さは致命的なのよね。
The chief murmurs to herself while I write my report. Fatal? Is it because I'm being useless and putting too much pressure on Senpai? Why am I so useless? Is it because I haven't tried hard enough? I thought I was working pretty hard, but maybe I need to push myself even more.
白恋リセラピー。
Come to think of it, I think the posters that are always in the hall are really cute. And there are pictures of popular cartoons and game characters in 306, the children's room. Does the hospital get those from professionals?
戻りました。あ、おかえり。
Yamanouchi is facing the nurse's station desk. I think she's writing reports at first glance, but when I get a little closer...
なんやのこの子は。
Yamanouchi jumps a little. How could I keep quiet? She's got a marker in hand, but she's not writing, she's...
廊下のポスターの絵。ああ、あれうちの作ようかけてるやろ。
She puts the cap on her marker and grins.
すごい。あれって私てっきりプロの人が作ってるものだと思ってました。いや、もっと褒めて、もっと褒めて。すっごく上手です。どうしてそんなにうまく描けるのか不思議になっちゃうくらいです。イラストだけちゃうよ。そこのキャビネット開けてみ。キャビネット？
Yamanouchi points with her marker to a document drawer in the bookshelf.
そうそこ DM 指導関連の中にあるパンフ見てみ。 DM？ ダイレクトメール？アホ、ダイレクトメールに指導が関係あるか。糖尿病のことや。ラテン語でダイアベイツメリティス、蜂蜜のように甘い尿な。
Excuse me? I open the drawer labeled diabetes information. As I flip through the organized stack of paper, I find manga?
山之内さん、漫画も描けるんですか？まあね。すごい、本当にプロみたい。
I give the comic a skim to see that it's a cute girl and a beautiful nurse talking about diabetes. The fact that it's a comic makes it easy to read, and since it doesn't use any complicated medical terminology, it's not hard to understand either. There's a pamphlet for more senior patients too, with larger fonts and informative illustrations. She makes these with her audience in mind, and that's quite impressive. I go through her creations in admiration, but stop when I flip through a certain booklet.
これは漫画で別れ糖尿病生理って漫画の内容が青年向け。
The nurse in the miniskirt's awfully sexy.
子供向け、年寄り向けときたら青年向けも作らにあかんやろ。差別はあかんで、差別は。
That would be wrong. Is that the issue, Yamanouchi?
それに糖尿病は性機能低下も症状の一つやからね。お元気な男性諸君は悩むのよ。
Oh, that's what she means. I flip through the book to see that it's mostly about sex. And when I think about it, this stuff would probably be hard to just explain to a patient face to face. And the characters in this comic talk about breasts way too much. I mean, women's chests are appealing even to me, and just looking at them makes my heart race. Oh, wait, where's my mind going?
こういうのがあれば患者さんの理解も深まりますよね。まあね、そのために書いてんから。
She sounds as confident as she can be.
いいなあ、私にもこんな特技があったらな。漫画を読むのは好きなんだけどな。沢井も好きなんか、漫画。
Yamanouchi asks me as she twirls around the marker with her fingers.
はい、結構読みますよ。どんなん読む？少女漫画が多いですけど、少年漫画も多いですよ。
Saying just that, Yamanouchi looks back down at her paper. Huh? Is that all the reaction I'm gonna get?
で、あんたは患者さんとこ行かんでええの？
That's when I notice. I came here to get the blood pressure meter. As Yamanouchi giggles away, I grab the meter and start heading out of the nurse's station.
興味あるんやったら、今度は制作現場でも見に来る？うちが絵とか漫画とかを描くとき、ちょっと手伝ってみるかって話。
Wait, she wants me to help out with those superbly created posters in the hall?
はい、喜んで。
Yamanouchi nods with a bright smile. Oh man, I can't wait! I finish up my vital checks, so now I just need to do my report. I'm not looking forward to it at all. Writing reports is still a task I'm nowhere near mastering. I mean, I just can't write them well. How am I supposed to pen a record that anyone would understand easily? I haven't even fully grasped the patient's conditions yet. How could I possibly write a report that the chief and senpai would accept?
ナースさん。
Someone hugs me from behind.
いや、って浅田さん。ナースさんたらまた浅田さんって呼んだ。アミちゃんって呼んでって言ってるのに。あ、そうだったね。ごめんごめん。アーミンでもいいよ。それはちょっと。
If the chief overheard me calling her that, she'd really let me have it for being buddy-buddy with the patient.
あのね、ナースさんって沢井何さんって言うんですか？あ、自己紹介してなかったよね。私は沢井香織って言います。よろしくお願いします。
When I bow my head, a shining childlike smile comes over Ami's face.
こちらこそよろしくです。 沢井香織さん。あだ名はかおりんかな。
Azumanga Dayo. Kaorin, excuse me?
かおりんさん、よろしくです。あ、よろしくね。
I'm not sure why, but my face is all tense. Is this a generation gap?
かおりんさん、新鮮だな。ハグしちゃえ。
She throws her arms around me. Wait, what? Why is she hugging me?
ああ、私だけじゃやだ。かおりんさんもちゃんとギュッてして。あ、
I put my arms around her frame, which is just a little shorter than mine. Slender shoulders, a delicate back, and beautiful shoulder bones ascending from it. It feels like if I push too hard, she'll shatter.
かおりんさんっていい匂いがする。そうかな。
I can't really tell how I smell, but hearing that is just a little embarrassing.
かおりんさん、もう少しこうしてていいですか？私ね、今の学校に入ってからどういうわけか入院ばっかりで友達のぬくもりに飢えてるの。
Is that what you call it?
あみちゃん。
Ami was hospitalized from April 1st, right? Which means that she hasn't gone to school, even though the new school term's just begun. And her medical report said that she'd be hospitalized twice last year, too.
寂しいわけじゃないです。この病院のナースさんたちは優しいし、先生もよくしてくれてるし。でもね、私ここでこんな風にしてていいのかなって時々不安になるんです。あ、時々なんですけど。
So even ever-cheerful Ami is worried about her long hospital stay. I just wish there was something I could do for her.
何をしているのあなたたち。
あ、主任さんだ。こんにちは。
浅田さん、こんにちは。
やだ、アーミンって呼んでくれなきゃやだよ。
Ami? And the chief is crazy strict, too. What a brave girl.
もうアーミンさんは甘い子さんね。アーミンさん、こんにちは。廊下は冷えますから部屋へ戻りましょうね。
Back to your room for the night.
はーい。じゃあね、主任さん。かおりんさんも頑張ってくださいね。
They have the wrong name. Ami pulls away from me with a smile on her face and heads back to her room. Now, as for me, I can't help but worry about the chief's eyes on me.
浅田さんを懐かせるのはいいけれど、廊下で抱き合うのはやめた方がいいわね。通行の邪魔だから。
すみません。
Ignoring me as I apologize, the chief heads off into the nurse's station. Ugh. I'm not on her best side, am I?
白衣性恋愛症候群リセラピー。
I absolutely adore lazily rolling around in my nice soft bed. I'm off today. One of the best things about being a nurse is probably how you get to just lie around on the weekdays when everyone else is working. Though you do have to work your butt off when everyone else is resting. After enjoying as much of the cover's warmth as I can, I slowly pull myself up. I can laze around in bed all day, but I kind of want to stretch my legs a little today and go out into town. I mean, the only shopping I've done since I started working is at the convenience store. And I just can't have that. If I don't peek into a couple of cute stores and enjoy me some shopping, my girlishness will wither away. The closest large town to Yurigahama is Kanakura, famous for being an old storied town. It's 2 stations over from Yurigahama Station if I ride the Konoshima line. Alright, time to change and get shopping.
やっぱお買い物はいいな。
I can feel my empty girl gauge filling up more and more. I buy a handy, cute, and portable mirror, a spring skirt, a dress I can start wearing when summer comes around, and enjoy some window shopping as I nibble on my crepe. Then I stop.
お土産とか買って帰れば喜んでもらえるかも。
Alright, that's what I'll do. Let's check my budget. I open up my wallet. Nothing. I bought way too much for myself, and my wallet's looking awfully lonely. I could head to the bank and withdraw some money from the ATM, but that would put me in dire straits until next payday. What do I do?
でもお礼はしたいし。
I just had a good idea. I'll buy a decent amount of treats for everyone and get a bit of a present for the one who's helped me so much.
私って頭いいかも。
And I can get the others presents after my next payday. But there's a bit of a problem. Who am I going to give my first present to? Does this part matter?
やっぱり渚先輩かな。あ、そういえば再会してからこういうプレゼントって初めてかも。
I know that Senpai will like anything I give her, but I want to give her something she'd like best. I wonder what I should get her. What would a cheerful hard worker like Senpai want? Maybe she likes something that happened to match with something of mine.
お揃いのグッズとか？
Wait, I already have something. I got a cute mirror just big enough to fit into my uniform pocket. And there are a bunch of different colors, weren't there? And I'd really love it if we could fix up our makeup with matching mirrors over lunch break. I'm excited just thinking about it. Like, Yamanouchi would tease us for having the same mirror and then we'd exchange grins. Yeah, I can just see it now.
そうしよう。
I know Senpai will like it.
いっぱい買っちゃった。
There's a special kind of excitement that comes with shopping. And buying sweets for the nurse's station and a present just makes me even more excited. It'll be a bit tough until my paycheck comes in, but I'm not worried about that at all. Oh, I just can't wait for tomorrow. When I pick up my gift for Senpai, I can't help but giggle to myself.
渚先輩、今頃は申し送り中かな。
With that in mind, I lean on my bed and type her a message. It looks like I fell asleep a little.
お招きありがとう。ってさっきまで寝てたでしょ。なんでわかったんですか？ほっぺに布の跡がついてるわよ。
I quickly wipe my cheeks down. Senpai smiles and slips into my room like she's very comfortable being there.
お邪魔します。はい、どうぞ。
I lay out the beer Senpai brought on the table and...
この一杯で仕事の疲れが吹っ飛ぶって気がする。ですよね。何よ、沢井は今日はお休みだったでしょ。
Oh, I almost forgot.
渚先輩、これどうぞ。
I hand her the wrapped mirror.
あ？ 何よこれ。開けてみてください。あらー、かわいい鏡。じゃじゃーん、私のとお揃いなんです。やだ。どうしてそこでやだなんですか。言葉のあやというものだよ、沢井くん。
She looks pretty pleased for all her booing.
今日はね、金倉に行ってたんです。で、これくらいのサイズだと白衣のポケットにも入るし、いいなーって思って。ってことは結構お金かかったんじゃない？バイトさんや派遣さんとか入れると。やだな、この鏡は私と渚先輩の分しか買ってませんよ。詰所の皆さんにはお菓子買ってきたんで、それで勘弁してもらわないと。全員分なんてさすがに破産しちゃいそうです。
Senpai falls silent for a moment.
やっぱり全員分何か買った方が良かったですか？いやね、そうじゃないの。沢井が私だけにお土産を買ってきてくれたことにちょっと感動してただけよ。いやね、もう。そうなんですか？そうよ、あの小さかった香りが先輩に気を使えるまでに成長したなんて。お姉さん嬉しい。渚先輩、もう酔っ払ってるんですか？なんて冷たい言い方なの。お姉さん、あなたをそんな子に育てた覚えはありません。私も渚先輩なんかに育てられた覚えはありません。
I say it as cheekily as I can.
ああ、今渚先輩なんかって言ったな。
Even so, Senpai throws her arms around me.
でも今日は気分がいいから許してやろう。嬉しいでしょ、香りたん。
She rubs her cheek against my shoulder like a cat would.
香りたんは私だけのものよね。もう何言ってるんですか。私だけのものって言え。ああ、もうはいはい、渚先輩だけのものです。嬉しい。お礼にチューしてあげる。ああ、渚先輩顔が近いです。
I reflexively push my hand out and guard against Senpai's advance.
今日はとりあえずほっぺとほっぺをくっつけるだけにしといてやるわ。もう渚先輩が何を言っているのかさっぱりわかんないですよ。
Still, it looks like she really liked the mirror, so this turned out well. Right?
白恋リセラピー。沢井、午前の記録終わった？まだです。
I don't even know what to write. I've been staring at a blank piece of paper this whole time. If only I could just lash out like that. But the reality is, I just don't have the skill to pull this off.
二人ともそろそろ昼休憩に入ってくれないかしら。このままだと後半さんが休憩に入れなくて困ってしまうわ。
そうですよね。すみません、すぐ行きます。渚先輩、記録は？午後の分とまとめて書くしかないわね。
I haven't even finished my morning reports yet, so thinking of my evening ones just makes my head hurt. But on the other hand, I can't really ignore my lunch break in favor of staring at my report. I reluctantly let Senpai take me by the hand into the break room.
や、お先しとるで。
Yamanochi's already in the break room. Oh yeah, she's on the early break shift today too. And today her lunch is microwave rice and seasoning.
なんや沢井、そんな泣きそうな顔して藤沢にいじめられたんか。私が沢井をいじめるわけがないでしょ。ほらよく言うやん、好きな子ほどいじめたいって。藤沢は荒れちゃうかなって。何言ってんですか。だいたいそれって幼稚園くらいの男の子の話でしょ。藤沢も似たようなもんやろ。似てません、似てませんから。私女の子です、女の子なんです。女の子なあ、女の子。
Yamanouchi's taking Senpai for a ride pretty easily, but I find that I really can't enjoy it.
何ですか。言いたいことあるならはっきり言ってみてください。
Yamanouchi slowly puts down her chopsticks and crosses her legs.
言うてもええんか。
Picking up on something fearsome, Senpai quickly shakes her head.
結構です。そんな全力で拒否らんでもええやん。傷つくわ。このハートブレイクは藤沢の代わりに後輩にあたるそこの新人にでも癒してもらおうかね。逃げて、沢井逃げて。
When Senpai calls my name, I come back to my senses.
何がですか。あんたの先輩がうちを癒してくれへんから、代わりにあんたがうちを癒してくれへんかなって、そういう話やん。ダメよ沢井、山之内さんの口車に乗っちゃダメ。
I'm not really sure what's going on here.
山之内さんが癒してくれるならいくらでも癒してあげますよ。
Feeling powerless, I just say what's on my mind.
聞いたか藤沢、沢井癒してくれる言うとるで。山之内さんこそちゃんと聞いてました？癒してくれるならっていう条件付けがありましたよね。おお、そうやった。どないしたん沢井。悩み事があるんやったらこの山之内姉さんに相談し。この藤沢にはない豊満な胸でいくらでも癒したるで。失礼な。
Senpai looks indignant, but I don't even notice.
私どうして記録書けないんでしょうか。渚先輩は分かりやすく指導してくれてるのに、記録用紙を目の前にすると頭が真っ白になっちゃって。そしたらもう何を書けばいいのか分かんなくなっちゃうんです。沢井、そらまたえらい深刻な悩みやね。
Yamanouchi looks really taken aback.
あのな沢井、あんた看護師になって何年目や。山之内さん、沢井はまだ看護師になったばかりで。あんたに聞いたんちゃう。うちは沢井に聞いたんや。何年目や。初日は何も仕事をしなかったので1週間しか経ってません。
I feel so disappointed and pathetic that it takes all I have to hold back my tears.
せやろ。3年目の子が同じこと言うたらしばき倒すけど、あんたはまだ入ったばっかの新人や。なんも知らん、まっさらな状態やねん。頭真っ白になって当たり前やねん。でも学校でちゃんと習ったのに。学校と現場は違う。藤沢はどうやった？全然違いました。現場は思い通りにならないことばっかりで。藤沢は毎日泣いとったもんな。 やめてください、沢井の前で。渚先輩が患者に嫌味言われた、仕事に抜けがあった、主任にきつく言われた、記録が時間内に終わらん、寝坊した。他に何があったかな。
Cause of a bunch of trouble.
やめてください。誰もが通る道や。できん自分が悔しくて、切なくて、情けなくて、なんて自分はあかん子なんやろ。だからこそ少しはできるようになろう。たとえ昨日よりできんかっても、先週先月よりはできるようになっていよう。そう思いながら仕事して、ある日ふと気がついたらできるようになってるもんやで。そうでしょうか。藤沢、うちが去年のあんたにも沢井の病棟勤務初日にも言うた言葉覚えとるか。新人笑うな、来た道だってやつですよね。
That's senpai for you. I hadn't remembered it at all, but she remembered it perfectly.
看護師が一人前になるには5年はかかる。経験者は新人ができへんのを笑ったらあかん。誰にでも新人時代はあってんから。新人は自分が何もできへんのを我がの心に刻み込め。それやのにたかだか1週間程度で泣き入れんなっちゅう話や。
Yamanouchi's words pour into my heart. Strangely enough, the feelings of inferiority thin out and are replaced by warmth.
そうやって悩んで泣いて悔しい思いをしたことは絶対に忘れへん。そういう気持ちがあんたを育てる糧になる。山之内さん。
Tears well up at her gentle words.
泣きたいことがあったらうちのこの巨乳を貸したれ。主任の爆乳には負けるけど、それでも慰めにはなるやろ。去年の藤沢みたいに可愛くない遠慮なんかせんでええねんで。せっかくいい話だったのに。
When I hear how exasperated senpai is at Yamanouchi's joke, I can't help but laugh.
せっかく盛り上がっているのに話の腰を折るのはとても気が引けるのだけれど、休憩はあと10分よ。
Wait, 10 minutes?
藤沢さんと沢井さんには昼食抜きで午後の勤務はさせたくないの。山之内さん、その辺も気を使ってあげてください。
沢井、お昼ご飯ちょこっと泣いたらお腹減ってたことに気がつきました。
We both scrambled to open our lunchboxes. And the very moment we do,
いただき。
before I can blink, we're both missing pieces from our lunches.
私のチーズ巻きハンバーグ。私のチキンナゲットも1個ない。
Chicken nugget.
授業料や。ケチケチすんな。
When I see how satisfied Yamanouchi looks as she chews away, I lose my will to get mad at her. When I look at senpai, she seems to feel the same way and just laughs it off. Then we rush to scoff down our lunches.
私。
Hey, that voice.
渚先輩、いらっしゃい。お邪魔します。どうぞ。狭いとこですが、どうぞどうぞ。狭いとこって私の部屋と同じでしょ。あ、そうですね。
For some reason, just having senpai come over is tons of fun. Though my general excitement probably explains that. I mean, I finally became a nurse like I'd always dreamed, and I just happened to meet Senpai at my new workplace. How could I not be over the moon?
もう本当に沢井は天然よね。高校の時からあんまり成長してないんじゃない？あ、ひどい。私だってちょっとは成長してます。へえ、具体的にはどこが？
Senpai's grinning away.
もうそんなひどいこと言う渚先輩にはこれあげません。
I show off a chilled can of beer.
あ、ごめん。嘘だよ、嘘。冗談だからそれちょうだい。もう渚先輩ってば調子いいんだから。沢井ってば優しい。そういうところが大好き。そんな言葉には騙されません。やだ、沢井ったらひどいわ。私の純真な恋心踏みにじるつもりね。恋心？渚先輩のはビールにつられた下心でしょ。ちバレたか。さあ乾杯しよう、乾杯。んじゃ今日もお疲れ様でした。乾杯。
乾杯!
乾杯。
I take a big swig of my beer. Senpai's also wolfing hers down.
仕事の後の一杯はしみるね。まさにこの一杯のために働いてるって感じ。
She just looks so happy.
渚先輩って時々すごくおじさん臭。裏若き乙女を捕まえて今おじさん臭いとか言わなかった？いえ別に。ならいいんだけどね。ところで沢井はなんでここに来たの？
With the ball suddenly bouncing into my court, I look at Senpai in surprise.
それって看護師になった理由ですか？そうじゃなくて内科に来た理由。それは特には配属先が内科だった、それだけです。そっか。じゃあ配属先の希望とか出してなかったんだ。はい、百合ヶ浜総合病院であれば配属がどこでもよかったんで。そっか。
Senpai looks a little melancholic, beer in hand. I wonder why.
そういう渚先輩はどうだったんですか？
She smiles a little when I say that.
私実は外科志望だったんだよね。え、そうなんですか？
Senpai takes another swig of beer and looks off with reminiscent eyes.
配属先が内科だって聞いた時はやっぱりショックだったな。看護学校の頃からずっと外科に憧れてたから。
Going to the surgical ward.
外科ってものすごく大変な感じですよね。そこを卒後すぐに死亡するなんてやっぱり渚先輩ってすごいです。そうは言っても実際に配属されたのは内科なんだけどさ。でも渚先輩が内科に配属されたからこうやって一緒に働けるんじゃないですか。それに渚先輩ならいつか外科に行けますよ。多分外科からスカウトが来ると思います。
That gets a giggle out of Senpai.
スカウトって芸能界じゃないんだから。でも本当いつか外科に行けたらいいな。渚先輩。
Noticing the worried look on my face, Senpai immediately puts on a smile.
なんてね。面倒見なきゃいけない後輩もいるし、しばらくは無理だろうけど。それって私のことですか？他に誰がいるの？私がいなきゃ困んじゃないの？そんなことないですよーだ。 私一人でも大丈夫ですもん。配属初日は泣きそうになってたじゃない。あれは緊張とかいろいろ。私がいて嬉しかったくせに。それは否定しませんけど。でしょ。沢井には私が必要なのよ。だから私はもうしばらく内科にいなきゃね。渚先輩がいなくても大丈夫って言えるようにすぐに成長してやるんだから。生意気。仕事をなめてると痛い目見るわよ。なめてなんかいませんよ。すごく大変だなって毎日痛感してるんですから。やることいっぱいあるし、患者さんの訴えも多いし。
Patients' complaints never stop.
お、なかなか素直でよろしい。
Never end. Well,
だから本当に渚先輩を尊敬してるんですよ。渚先輩が内科にいてくれてよかった。先輩は外科志望だったかもしれないけど、でも内科にいてくれてよかったって心から思います。じゃあね、照れるじゃない。渚先輩、痛いです。
my back is throbbing. But I can't say the pain doesn't put a little smile on my face.
こうして再会できたのも何かの縁だと思うし、可愛い後輩のためにしばらくは内科で一緒に頑張ってあげるわ。
When I see Senpai's bright smile, I realize we'll get to walk through life together again. Just like back in high school, I'll get to see Senpai, talk to her. That's what it's gonna be like every day. I'm sorry Senpai didn't get what she wanted, but I know that if she ended up in the surgical ward, she probably wouldn't have come to my room and drank with me. So...
はい、よろしくお願いします。
I'm grateful from the bottom of my heart that she's in my ward.
白衣性恋愛症候群リセラピー。
I stare at my blank record sheet and let out a groan.
ほら、さっさと書くんって特にイベントの記事でもないのに何をそんなに迷ってるのよ。イベント？
転倒、転落、嘔吐、自己抜歯、その他記録に残しておくべきことの総称よ。
記録だからってそんなに構えなくてもいいのよ。気楽に気楽にね。次の勤務隊の人や後日読み返した時に客観的データだけじゃなくて情景が浮かぶような記録だといいよね。
Is that seriously her idea of taking it easy?
じゃあ渚先輩だったらどう書きます？そうね、例えば301の網野さんだとニコニコしながら握手を求め応じるとさらにニコニコする。自分で動きたい欲求が高まっているのか？リハビリで本人が楽しめるような遊びを取り入れた工夫があると児童欲求をさらに高められるかも。で、矢印書いて PT さんと要相談と。なるほど。
Senpai really is something. She just wrote up a patient's review in one go.
PT さんって何ですか？理学療法士さんよ。理派室にいるでしょ。あの人たち PT さんって言うんだ。
あくまで藤沢さんの例だから、沢井さんは沢井さんなりの記録を書くよう心がけなさい。
はい。 藤沢の記録読みやすいからな。手本にするんはええけど丸写しはあかんよ。はい。そういや主任、新人の夜勤デビューってどれくらい先です？
沢井さんの夜勤開始はまだまだ先ね。
よかったな新人、夜勤デビューまだ先やって。
Is that something to be happy about?
夜勤になったら受け持ち患者倍増やで。ちゃっちゃと書けるようにならんと。倍増するんですか？そりゃ日勤と違って夜勤2人で患者さんを折半するんだから、普通に考えればそうなるでしょう。
Twice the patients, which means twice the reports.
それにもし急変とかあったら相方の分も肩代わりする羽目になるから、運が悪けりゃほぼ全員分。
Take care of them all.
新人をからかうのはそれくらいで、あまりからかうと嫌われてしまうわよ。
Oh, she's already on my bad side. Don't worry about that. Well, I'm not really going to go against Yamanochi, but wasn't something along those lines said to the chief before?
嫌われてしまうのは切ないな。ほな、新人の緊張をほぐすような面白い話でもしようかな。うちの夜勤は割と暇で、バイトの子にもネトを直って言われるほどやね。え、夜勤って暇なんですか？まあ暇かもね。仮眠は2時間、そこの休憩室のソファーに布団敷いて寝るねんけどな。寝るときは白衣を脱ぐねんね。そうなんですか。
If you have to take off your clothes, it sounds like you can sleep easy.
寝るのは交代で寝るし、介護士の夜勤さんもいてるから、よほどのことがない限り安心して寝てられるんよ。せやかていつやったかな、藤沢が下着姿で出てきたことあったっけな。渚先輩が
Huh? Senpai surprised too? Oh, she's probably shocked that the secret got out here in front of everyone.
藤沢さん。
で、渚先輩はどうしたんですか？食いつきよすぎやで自分。だってまあな、愛しい先輩が下着姿で職場をうろうろしててんから、平成ではいられへんよな。いくら寝ぼけていたとはいえ下着姿やもんな。ああ先輩、私以外にそんな姿見せないでください。私そんなこと言いません。私もそんなことしてません。
I look at Senpai to see her face is bright red. Wait, does that mean...
なんちて。
あなたたち、いい加減に仕事をしなさいね。
怒られてもた。
She really got me good.
白衣性恋愛症候群リセラピー。
Alright. I've done my IV rounds and I've done the afternoon vital checks. But right then I hear a loud sound and run off to it.
どうしたの？いったたたたた。アミちゃん、ごめんね。大丈夫だよ。いたたたたた。
Ami sitting flat on the floor, surrounded by scattered tableware. Haku's standing next to her, looking around desperately, and seeming like she's about to cry.
どうしたの？私が悪いの。ちゃんと見てなくて、アーミンちゃんに。ごめんなさい。アーミンちゃん、ごめんなさい。大丈夫、大丈夫。このくらいなんでもないよ。ね、カオリンさん。
A smile blooms on Ami's face. Oh, she doesn't want to worry Kahaku.
そうだよ。琥珀ちゃんは気にしなくてもいいからね。本当？アーミンちゃん大丈夫？入院伸びたりしない？ねえ、琥珀ちゃん。今から私、アミちゃんの手当てをするから、これ片付けられる？うん、できるよ。私、これ片付けてくる。
Kahaku nods, seeming to have finally calmed down, and she runs off to the rack with the scattered implements in hand.
ごめんなさい、カオリンさん。アミちゃんが謝ることないよ。で、本当はどう？どこか痛むところある？実は転んだ時に足をひねったみたいで、本当言うとちょっと痛いかも。じゃあ見せてみて。ってこんな場所じゃ落ち着かないよね。アミちゃん、立てる？はい、大丈夫、立てます。
I lend her my shoulder when I see her start to stagger and take her back to her bed. When I sit her down on it,
見せてみて。
her left ankle is starting to swell a little bit.
動かせる？はい。あ、痛。動くけど動かすと痛いのか。とりあえず主任さんに報告してレントゲン取ってもらわないとね。もしかしたら外科受診で検査とか増えるかもだけど。もう検査は十分。でも何かあってからじゃ困るし。
I find myself rubbing her ankle, trying to ease her pain however I can.
どうかした？はい、なんだか痛みが引いた気が。もう？まだかなり腫れてるのに。でも確かに痛みが和らいでいるような。そうなのかな。そういうこともあるのかもね。もしかしてカオリンさんのおかげかも。そんなことはないと思うよ。だってカオリンさんが撫でてくれてから急に痛みがなくなってきたんですもん。それはたまたまだって。カオリンさんの手があったかくて、なんかそこから痛みが抜けていく気がしました。もしかしてカオリンさんって。
She gulps and looks right at me with serious eyes.
カオリンさんって超能力者かも。ないない、それはないってば。ないことないですってば。カオリンさんの手きっと絶対パワーあるはずです。超能力とか魔術とか。超能力も魔術もしっくりこないな。ヒーラーどうですか？ヒーラーカオリンさん。ヒーラー？ RPG とかで体力を回復させたり癒しの能力を使えるキャラをヒーラーって呼ぶんですよ。そんな大げさな。きっとカオリンさんヒーラーですよ。だってもうほとんど痛くないもん。間違いないです。
It looks like Ami really truly believes what she's saying. This is awkward. Doesn't she know about the placebo effect, or how nurses calm people down by touching them and how that calm can soothe pain?
まあアミちゃんが元気になったんならよかったかな。
When I smile at her, she nods with a big grin in turn.
もう大丈夫です。カオリンさん、ありがとうございました。アーミンちゃん、大丈夫だった？
Kohaku comes back and crouches next to Ami with a worried look.
もう大丈夫。カオリンさんが直してくれたの。ほら、ね、もう大丈夫でしょ。
After seeing Ami stand up, Kohaku looks at me with eyes of pure admiration.
看護婦さんすごい。魔法使いみたい。カオリンさんって本当の魔法使いさんなんだよ。アミちゃん。うわ、魔法使いさんなんだ。
When she looks at me with those pure innocent eyes, I just can't shoot her down.
そうなの。でもこのことは私たちだけの秘密にしてね。他の人に言っちゃダメよ。
Kohaku shouts her answer with sparkling eyes.
うん、琥珀秘密にする。
I guess this is fine. The placebo effect's pretty handy in treatment anyway. I stand up with a big smile.
検査とかは先生と相談してからになるけど、とりあえず湿布持ってくるからそれ貼っておいてね。はーい。
After grinning with Ami at how excited Kohaku is, I head back to the nurse's station. I don't want to forget what the patients told me while I did my rounds, so I go over all of it in my head as I return to the nurse's station.
戻りました。聞いたで、さわいい。いったー。
My back is throbbing. Yamanouchi's laughing away, not looking guilty at all for smacking me on the back. Should I just get used to this roughhousing?
あんたに体を触ってもらうと楽になるねんて。はい。
It's such a sudden question that my eyes go wide.
何のことでしょうか。
How does Yamanouchi know that? Did Ami or Kohaku blurt it out? I told them not to, too. But, well, Ami did tell me that my touch made her feel better. And I've had other patients say they felt better when I rubbed them on the back or stroked them where it hurt. And I've been told that a lot growing up. But I personally think that's mostly in everyone's heads. I mean, anyone would feel better if someone was nice to them when they were going through something stressful or when they were in pain.
ジジババやクソガキどもが噂してんの耳に挟んでな。山之内さん、患者さんをそんな風に呼ぶのはどうかしら。
The chief wastes no time in chastising Yamanouchi's harsh words.
あいやってこそのこの呼び方なんやけどな。不謹慎？
そうね、いい気分じゃないわね。それに外部に聞かれたら大問題になるわ。次から気をつけて。
へいへい。
Yamanouchi looks at me and shrugs.
怒られてもうた。
She laughs with her tongue out. She's pretty strong, bouncing back after a scolding from the chief like that.
で、どうなんほんまのとこは。何がですか？あんたに撫でてもらうとほんまに楽になるん？プラセボ効果じゃないですか？
I quickly answer Yamanouchi's question. My school friends went wild when I touched them and their pain went away, say that I had healing hands. That was back in middle or high school. I just think they were imagining it.
プラセボ効果？はい。偽の薬を渡してもこの薬は効果があるという思い込みにより効果が出てしまう。
They believe it's working out, but...
アホ！プラセボ効果の意味ぐらい説明されんでも分かったろ。
I didn't even see Yamanouchi's hand move. That second blow's got my back throbbing even more.
プラセボ
The chief's looking at me with a bit of a difficult expression. Did I say something strange? I didn't, right?
白恋で今日もバタバタだったね。
Senpai changes her clothes with a long sigh.
渚先輩、自分の仕事もあるのに私のプリセプターになっちゃったから余計に大変そう。
Today was dizzyingly busy at work, and now that it's time to go home, I barely feel like I can move another inch, let alone get back to the dorm. Senpai must be even more beat than I am. I feel terrible about it.
もう新人がそんなこと気にしないの。でも忙しいのはいつものことなんだから、むしろ頑張れば頑張っただけご褒美が美味しいでしょ。
She looks at me with a soft smile.
ということで飲もう。今日もですか？何よ、沢井は私と飲むのがつまんないとでも言うの？そうじゃなくて。
I scramble to shake my head. Senpai, though, just giggles at me.
沢井ちょっと疲れてるみたいだしさ、たまには息抜きしなきゃね。渚先輩。
She's being so considerate of me.
んじゃあ決まり。帰りにコンビニでビールとつまみ買って沢井の部屋に集合。はーい。よーし、今日は飲むぞー。今日もでしょ。よーし、飲むぞー。
Senpai piles up the beer cans. They extend past the table and make it to the floor, too. Oh, wait.
渚先輩、まさかこれ全部今日飲んじゃうつもりじゃ。
Senpai grins devilishly back at me. Her lack of a clear response sends a chill down my spine.
まあまあ、固いこと言わない。ささ、乾杯乾杯。
We sit at the table and I pick up the beer Senpai offers me.
乾杯。
乾杯!
お疲れ様でした。乾杯。
乾杯!
やっぱこれだね。それはいいですけど、飲みすぎには注意ですよ。遅刻したら主任さんが怖いんですから。大丈夫だよ。だって私明日休みだし。ずるいです、渚先輩。私は勤務なのに。うん、知ってる。渚先輩、自分がお休みだからってひどい。今日は飲むわよ。サバイも付き合ってくれるわよね。ダメですよ。明日が怖いからほどほどに。って先輩もう2本目ですか？いや、明日が休みだと思うといつものお酒も格別に美味しく感じるわよね。
Senpai belts out a laugh.
私にはいつもと同じです。あら、そうなの？飲みが足りないんじゃないかしら。ほらほら、飲んで飲んで飲んで。やあ、渚先輩ってば、私のはまだ入ってます。やあねえ、沢言ったら、だったら早く言いなさいよ。開けちゃったじゃないの。もう仕方ないな。もったいないから私が飲む。え、先輩、それも3本目かあ、染み渡るね。渚先輩、ピッチ早いですよ。やばいです。二日酔いへの道まっしぐらですよ。気のせい気のせい、やばくないよ。ほら、どんどん行こう。そんなどんどん行ったら本当に二日酔いになっちゃいますよ。二日 酔いが怖くて酒が飲めるか。いやいやいや、怖いですよね。普通に二日酔い怖いですよね。あんなのしじみの味噌汁飲んで寝りゃ治る。もう酔っ払ってる。私は酔ってない。酔っ払いはみんなそう言うんです。でも私は酔ってないんだもん。はいはい。
I know it's pointless to argue with a drunk, so I just nod. But I am a tad baffled by her, yet I can't help but think Senpai's a little cute being this defenseless. Though back in high school, she was so fashionable and such a good leader that I thought she was more cool than cute. And even now, she's someone I admire. She's a nurse I look up to. But when I see her all laid out like this, drunk and defenseless as can be, I can't help but smile a little. The contrast is just delicious. What? Or do I just feel that way because I'm an older sister?
さわいい。飲んでる？
Why do people describe things as delicious? I don't understand.
もう先輩ったら飲みすぎですよ。全然大丈夫。ほらね、ほらほら。例えばそうね、ピヨピヨなのよ。あ、
Wait, what's she going on about? Senpai looks at me in dissatisfaction.
ピヨピヨだよ。わかんないの？ピヨピヨ。ピヨピヨって何ですか？
Looking as pleased as can be, Senpai puts her arms to her side and flaps her wings like little wings. Her hands are like a willing
ピヨ
hand.
ピヨはピヨピヨだよ。ビヨビヨでもなくパヨパヨでもなくピヨピヨ。わかったかにゃ？ピヨピヨ。はい、ご一緒にピヨピヨーっとね。もう
Not seeming to notice how I feel, Senpai keeps on flapping her hands with a big grin.
今日のところは私がおごっちゃう。だから沢井も一緒にピヨピヨして。
What's she even talking about? And what do I even do? I'm gonna bring you some water. You need to calm down. I can't help letting out a sigh as Senpai endlessly says cheap cheap.
もうお水持ってきますね。やーん、かおりちゃんのいけず。渚先輩、ちょっと飲みすぎです。これ以上は体に悪いです。
I pour some mineral water from the fridge into a cup and hold it directly to Senpai's forehead.
冷た。酔いが冷めました？うわ、冷めた冷めた。沢井ってば意外と乱暴なんだから。渚先輩が困らせるからです。私困らせてないよ。わけのわからないこと言って私の反応楽しんでたくせに。
Senpai giggles away. She knew what she was doing the whole time.
可愛い後輩との楽しいスキンシップじゃない。レクリエーションの一つです。楽しくありません。一緒にやってみれば楽しいのに。渚先輩は明日お休みだからいいけど、私明日も勤務なんですよ。分かってます？ああ、叱られちゃった。反省します。すみません。分かったら今日はそろそろ解散。
Senpai looks like she's utterly shocked.
ガガン。
I look at Senpai with eyes as cold as I can muster.
私がもし遅刻でもしたら、渚先輩が責任を取って主任さんに叱られてくれるんですか？
Those are some dead eyes, alright. Senpai calms down.
できません。よろしい。
When I cross my arms and nod, Senpai leaps at me and clings on.
沢井のくせに生意気だぞ。しのごの言わずに飲め飲め。もう無理ですってば。
Senpai forces a beer can on me, completely smashed.
この強制体質です。沢井応募。はいはいはい。酔っ払いの渚先輩はお部屋に戻ってゆっくり休んでくださいね。
I stand Senpai up as she complains and try to force her out of the door. She seems to give up though and walks out the door herself.
おやすみ。はい、おやすみなさい。
I watch and make sure she staggers back to her room, then let out a deep sigh. She was cute when she was just a little tipsy, but she was too much to handle when smashed. But it was really cute when she was flapping her arms and going cheep cheep. I should have taken a picture. Feeling a tinge of regret, I start cleaning up the empty cans left behind.
白衣性恋愛症候群リセラピー。
It's Sunday today. It's Sunday, but I'm at work. I know that hospitals don't have weekends and holidays off, but it's a little strange being out here at work on a Sunday. The doctors don't come to the ward unless they're called, and the nurses are a little bit more laid back than usual. But maybe I feel like something's missing because Senpai's off today. Though she did send me a message before work telling me to do my best. Time to roll up my sleeves.
沢井、手空いてる？あ、はい、空いてます。
Yamanochi calls me out of the blue, so I quickly stand up.
そうか、じゃあ龍角さんの BB やるから手伝ってくれるか？
His BB?
は、BB？ BB、ベッドバス。正式のことな。まさか正式がわからんことは。ないです。正式くらいわかってます。体を熱いタオルで拭いてあげることですよね。
Yamanochi shoots me a mischievous grin. I got teased again.
あのじいさん江戸っ子やからやけどしそうなほどに熱いタオルつこたるとめっさ喜ぶねんで。そうなんですか。ほなうち先行ってじいさんの準備してくるから沢井は正式タオル持ってきてな。はい、わかりました。
There's some hot towels in the bed bath cart in the hallway outside the nurse's station. The white towels are for wiping the body. The yellow towels are for private parts. But that aside, Yamanochi's the senior nurse here, and she went out of her way to ask me for help. Does that mean she's expecting good things from me? At the very least, it means she doesn't think I'm a burden, right? Alright, now I feel way more motivated. I put 5 white towels and 2 yellow ones into a plastic bag and start heading for Mr. Rukaku's room.
お、来た来た。はーい、龍角さん、お待たせしました。
Mr. Rukaku is already on his side with his back turned to me. Yamanochi takes the bath towel off his back.
ほな沢井、龍角さんの背中にその熱いタオル広げて当てたり。
Is she sure he'll like this? The towel's scalding to the touch, but I quickly open it up and stick it onto Mr. Rukaku's back. We killed him. Mr. Rukaku lets out a mighty bellow. I can't help but take a step back.
気持ちいい？
Oh, it looks like he actually likes it. Normally, you're supposed to open the towel, expose it to the air until it cools down a bit, then put it against the patient's back, but... Did we just ignore that for him?
じいさん、まだ極楽に行くんは早いな。遺産問題解決してからのがええで。
Did she just say that? The chief would definitely yell at Yamanouchi for speaking out of turn if she was here, no joke.
あんたは相変わらず看護婦とは思えんほど口が悪いの。
正直者って言うてくださいよ。ほら沢井、龍角さん不かな。はい。
I start wiping him down at Yamanouchi's suggestion, but
この職業やってると正直者でいるんは難しいですわ。
あんたは正直すぎじゃ。どこの世界に死にそうな患者に遺産問題解決してから死ねという看護婦がおるんじゃ。
yeah, Mr. Bukaku's right. It's a bit, no, it's quite inappropriate for a nurse to say.
入院患者さんの後顧の憂いを取り除く手伝いをするのも看護師の仕事ですから。
こいつ痛いところを突き寄るわ。考えてみれば金なんぞない方が幸せじゃったのかもしれんの。
そうですね。お金はあの世まで持っていけませんもんね。
The replacement towel falls from my hands. Did she say what I think she said?
はーい、仰向けになりますよ。
Yamanouchi turns Mr. Bukaku on his back and puts a piping hot towel on his chest.
ほんまにこのまま昇天しそうやね。心臓大丈夫？息苦しなってない？山之内さん。
Yamanouchi just grins and gives me a look, then gets right to wiping down Mr. Bukaku's chest.
このまま心臓が止まってしもうたら楽でいいじゃろうな。
安心してください。除細動と新麻と薬物でこの世に引き戻しますから。病院なめたら飽きません。
お前は白衣を着た鬼じゃな。
鬼も天使も悪魔も想像上の生き物ですから。そんなもんより生きてる人間が一番恐ろしいんですよ。
違いない。生きとる人間が一番始末に終え。
She quickly wipes Mr. Bukaku's body down, then puts him into a new gown. I, on the other hand, just hold Mr. Bukaku's body in place and lift his arms and legs up as needed.
はい、ちょ上がり。じいさん男前になったで。
あの世で待っとるばあさんも惚れ直すかの。
先に言ったこと後悔し倒しまくってますよ、絶対。
Could she get any more inappropriate? Is this conversation really okay? I gather up the used towels and hurry out of the room, leaving Yamanouchi behind. I toss the towels into the laundry basket and get back to the nurse's station, still flustered. After a bit of time passes, Yamanouchi returns to the station too. She looks a little irked.
沢井、さっきの態度はあかんな。いただけない。
Excuse me?
何がですか？
Because I think Yamanouchi's the one who should rethink things, the way she speaks at least.
黙り込んだまま消えたら患者さん不安になるやろ。龍角さんも不思議がってたで。
Worry? The way she spoke worried me.
言いたいことがあるなら口に出して言え。心の中でどんなに思っても口に出して言葉にせんと相手には伝わらへんで。
What's she getting on my case for? I was keeping quiet because I didn't want to upset her. Well, I'll come out and say it then.
じゃあ言いますけど、山之内さんの発言は不謹慎だと思います。主任さんが聞いたら激怒するレベルじゃないんですか？
When I gather up my nerve and say it, Yamanouchi lets out a great sigh.
あんな、看護って誰のための看護や？
患者さんのためです。
せや、患者さんや。患者さんの精神状態によって話す内容は変える必要がある。 知ってるか？龍角さん昨日死にたいって暗い顔で言うてたんやで。老人性の鬱でもない何十年も生きて酸いも甘いも分かりきった人生の先輩が言う死にたいの言葉の重みが分かるか？
He said he wanted to die. Got any idea how much weight that has? I had no idea Mr. Rukaku said that.
子供たちに不自由はさせたくないって思いがめっちゃ裏目に出て、残していく金で子供や孫が醜い争いを繰り広げてんねん。
Who gets...
龍角さんは傷ついてる。
Who gets the pie he's gonna leave behind? Mr. Rukaku's hurt enough for such an old man to want to look away from reality.
せやから空気読めないアホナースが現実と向き合うことを思い出させただけや。自殺なんぞせんでももうじき死ぬ。それまでに問題を解決せんと先に亡くなった妻に顔を合わせられんってな。
Wife on the other side.
そうだったんですか。
乱暴なんも分かってるし、看護師が言うべき言葉やないのも自分で承知の上や。でもな、龍角さんにはもう時間がないねん。死にたいなんぞ言うてる暇もない。生意気やとか空気読めんとかそういうクレームが来てもええねん。うちがやめれば済むだけの話やから。でもうちはあのじいさん好きやし、龍角さんやったらうちの言葉のほんまの意味分かってくれるし、ちゃんと伝わる。
I feel embarrassed. I had no idea what Yamanouchi felt or was prepared to do and just assumed she was being rude.
すみません、私誤解してました。
せやろね。普通は言わんし、実際言うたらあかんよ、あんなこと。
Yamanouchi pats me on the head and sits in a chair.
悩め新人。考えて考え抜いた先でないと見えてこんものも多い。考えた末にあんた自身の看護を見つけ。
Saying that without looking at me, Yamanouchi opens up Mr. Rukaku's file and copies the numbers she'd written on her left hand onto it. This is some Yamanouchi-style education, huh?
はい。
The kind of nurse I am. This is something you can't find in textbooks, stuff they can't even write. They can't write, and even if they wanted to. The kind of nursing knowledge that only comes with experience and thought. Things I can't see unless I've thought really hard about them. I wonder if I'll be able to see what our patients really want someday. Like Yamanouchi can.
白衣性恋愛症候群リセラピー。
After lunch, we go around the rooms to check on how much everyone has eaten. Unfortunately, Shoin Room 306 has a 1 in her meal intake column, which means she left 90% of her lunch.
翔ちゃん、どうしたの？どこが具合でも悪いの？お腹痛い？
Sho only answers my questions by shaking her head with her mouth sealed.
具合が悪いわけじゃないのね。
She nods in confirmation. Alright, she's fine, but why did she leave so much?
お腹減ってないの？
She shakes her head. I guess that means she is hungry? What's up?
好き嫌いしちゃダメなんだぜ。
The boy in the bed across from her, Hiro, blurts out. If memory serves, Hiro was in the hospital on asthma, and the boy next to him had caught a cold that developed into pneumonia.
好き嫌い？
Hiro's statement fills in the blanks for me. Oh, so that's what's going on here. Today's lunch was bell peppers stir-fried with meat. So that's why she didn't eat much of her food.
もしかして翔ちゃんはピーマンが嫌いなのかな？
Sho nods a little.
でも食べないと後でお腹減っちゃうよ。夕ご飯まで我慢しなきゃいけないよ。でもピーマンは嫌なんだもん。でもね、食べないと栄養のバランスとか。
沢井、まだ終わらないの？
渚先輩。
Senpai's looking at me from the entrance to the room. I find myself desperately calling for her help in my mind. Senpai repays me with a troubled smile. It looks like my wish goes through and she comes on inside.
一体どうしたの？
それが
ショウがピーマン食べられなくていっぱいご飯残してんだ。好き嫌いはいけないんだぞ。大きくなれないんだぞ。
だって苦いのやだもん。食べられないんだもん。苦くないよ。ちょっと食べてみない？やだ、苦いし臭いもん。ちょっと食べてみたら意外と美味しいかもしれないよ。やだ。好き嫌いしてると大きくなれないよ。大きくなれなくてもいいもん。やだよ、食べたくない。
ピーマン嫌いな沢井が言っても説得力に欠けるわね。
へえ、お姉ちゃんも嫌いなの？看護婦なのに？大人なのに？
渚先輩。
あらら、漏らしちゃった。
ごめんね、沢井。ピーマン食べられなくても大きくなってる。いや、それはね、私はちょっとは食べてきたのよ。だからね、ほら、ちょっとだけ小さいでしょ。じゃあ看護婦のお姉ちゃんが食べてみせてよ。え？このピーマン苦くないんでしょ？食べてみたら美味しいでしょ？看護婦のお姉ちゃんが食べられたら私も食べてあげてもいいよ。それは。
よし、頑張れ沢井。子供たちの純真な心を踏みにじらないよう大人代表として頑張るのよ。
そんな。
Because Senpai made such a big deal of it, now all the kids are watching me. What should I do? Eat. I can't get away.
さあ食べて。わかったわよ。
I think I heard somewhere that if you can block out something's smell, you taste a lot less of it. Which means I should be able to eat the stuff if I pinch my nose. At least I think. Here goes. I glare at the plate in front of me. Get ready to be eaten up, peppers. I hold the plate of pepper stir fry in my left hand and pinch my nose with my right. Wait, now I can't eat.
骨は拾ってあげるわよ、沢井。
Senpai, you're so mean.
それじゃあ食べられないでしょ。私が手伝ってあげるわね。
結構です。
そんな遠慮しないで。はい、
Senpai picks up Sho's chopsticks and plops some peppers into my mouth.
どうした？ギブアップ？
Senpai's enjoying this way too much. This tastes awful. It isn't surprisingly tasty at all.
あら沢井、大丈夫？子供たちが見てるわよ。
大丈夫だよ。先輩、もっとください。
頑張るわね。はい、
so bitter and really gross in a leafy way.
沢行ったら変な汗かいてるけど、でも平気よね。美味しいわよね。
Sho has her eyes squarely on me. I nod with tearful eyes.
はい、美味しいです。
More thirsty.
そう、よかった。じゃあ、はい。
Stop.
まだ食べるんですか？
はい、もう一回
Eek. She keeps piling bell peppers in my mouth and I almost want to really cry. And Senpai, of course, is grinning away with the kids as she watches me.
はい、と。あらら、もう全部なくなっちゃった。
A sigh of relief escapes me. But wait, those were Sho's peppers, right?
やった
I ate all of hers too.
あなたたちいつまでかかっているの？
I scramble to turn around when I hear the chief's voice.
ですね、翔ちゃんがピーマンが苦手で食べられなくて、だからお昼をいっぱい残してて、それが心配で。
ピーマン？
She walks up to Sho's bed with a suspicious look. Then she leans over to get down to Sho's eye level and crouches down.
ピーマン食べられないの？
だって苦いんだもん。
そう、嫌いなものは仕方ないわよね。
主任さん？
無理に食べて具合が悪くなったりしたら大変だから、何が何でも食べなさいとは言わないわ。でもね、
The chief smiles gently and looks at Sho.
いろんなものをたくさん食べると、その分体が元気になって退院が早くなるのよ。
Sho's eyes go wide open.
お野菜の中でもピーマンには特に元気になれる成分がたくさん入っているのに食べなかったのね。
本
本当よ。ピーマンには栄養がいっぱい入っているから体も元気になるのが早いのよね。そういえばこの前退院した子もお食事を好き嫌いなくしっかり食べたから回復も早くて元気にお家に帰っていたわ。それだけじゃないわよ。例えば翔ちゃんは自分が悪くないのに誰かから嫌いって言われたらどう思う？
悲しいかな。
でしょ？ピーマンさんも同じよ。翔ちゃんのために千切りにされて火で炒められたのに嫌いって言われちゃった。翔ちゃんを元気にしてあげようって思ってたのに嫌いだからって一口も食べてもらえなかったのよ。きっと今頃泣いてるわ。しくしく。これからはピーマンさんも食べてあげられる？人参さんも玉ねぎさんも食べてね。看護婦さんとお約束できるかしら？
私頑張って食べる。食べなきゃピーマンさんかわいそうだもんね。
Wow, nice, Chief. Sho hated peppers so much, but you got her to say she'd eat them on her own. That was a really skilled way of talking her into it. As Senpai and I watch her with impressed eyes, she looks back to us and smiles.
ところであなたたちは何をしているのかしら？
すみません。
仕事に戻ります。
As if forced by the chief's voice, we dash out of the room. When we get out into the hall, Senpai jabs me with her elbow.
で、実際はどうだったの？
はい？何がですか？
鼻つまんで食べたでしょ？苦くなくなってたの？
When I hear her eager question, I try to mumble out an answer. But she's gonna see through me right away if I try to hide it anyway.
なかったです。
おバカ、鼻をつまんだだけで味が消えるわけないでしょ。味覚と嗅覚は別物なのよ。そもそも嗅覚は第一脳神経の嗅神経で知覚し、味覚は第七脳神経の顔面神経と第九脳神経の絶陰神経で知覚するって習ったでしょ。
You remember learning that, right? I probably did, but I don't remember it at all.
ほらほら、そんな顔しないの。勉強になってよかったじゃない。
それはそうなんですけど。
それに沢井がピーマン食べて目を白黒させてる面白い顔が見られて、私はとっても楽しかったしね。
もう渚先輩の意地悪。
I pretend to beat up on her, and she just laughs and runs off.
冗談だってば。おーい、そこの先輩後輩、廊下で暴れんな。
I come back to the nurse's station from a call to find Yamanochi making flowers. She uses a needle to keep the edges of the origami paper crisp as she turns the paper around while intricately folding it, and before I know it, she's created a beautiful origami carnation.
あ、すごい。
そうか、作り方さえ覚えたらめっさ簡単やで。やってみるか。
やります。やってみたいです。
I sit next to Yamanochi and copy her movements to make a flower.
そうそう、色紙の根元を押さえてずれへんように巻きつける。うん、上手やね。
わーい、私にもできた。
I put my flower into the pile of Yamanochi's creations.
こうして並べてみるとちょっと不格好かな。
2個3個と作っていったらもっと上手になっていくで。習うより慣れろ。
なるほど。
I gently pick up some thinly cut colored paper and cautiously wrap the wire around it.
その様子やと花は沢井が作ってくれそうやね。ほな、うちは今度入院してくる糖尿病の子のパンフでも作ろうかな。
Get emitted then. I stick the wire on, wrap it around, and this is tough. Put the wire on the paper and this time I'll make a perfect flower.
そろそろ夜勤さんが出勤してくるから机の上を片付けてください。
There's a mountain of paper flowers in front of me. Wait, did I make all of these?
短時間にこれだけ上手に作れりゃ上出来や。沢井免許改伝やね。
Yamanochi chuckles as she picks up one of the flowers and sticks it into my hair.
かわいい。あんたが花作ってくれたから、うちは糖尿病のパンフの下書きあげることができたんやね。
Yamanochi waves the paper in her hand with a grin.
もう沢井集中しすぎ。私が声かけてもガン無視だったよね。
渚先輩、いつの間に。
もうさっきからずっとここで記録書いてました。
あ、記録？
Wait a second, I was making flowers, so I haven't touched my reports.
沢井、残業決定やね。
言っておくけれど、自己都合による残業に時間外手当は出ないわよ。
はい。
I'm the one who chose to make flowers over doing my paperwork, even though the latter was more important. I focused too much on it, and that was my mistake.
まあそう気を落としなさんな。藤沢も付き合ってくれるからの。 私は沢井のプリセプターだしね。
プリセプター関係なく、あなた自身時間内に記録を終えられないだけでしょ。
主任さん、あんたの手が遅いことなんか沢井以外の誰もが知っとるわ。
Senpai looks down, but I shoot her a smile.
大丈夫です、渚先輩。私、渚先輩と残業できると考えるとすっごく心強いです。沢井、可愛い子ね。沢井ってば。
Senpai hugs me tight.
いや苦しいです。
お熱いね。私もキュッてする相手が欲しい。
The chief lets out a deep sigh as she sees the three of us frolic.
もうすぐ夜勤さんが来るというのに、日勤の残業は夜勤の邪魔なのよ。分かっているのかしら。
It's finally over, and taking off my uniform like this really cements that the day is done.
沢井、着替え終わった？
あ、はい。
Senpai pops out from between the lockers.
ロッカーが離れてるのが残念よね。
そうですね。ロッカーが近いと隣で着替えられるんですけどね。
隣で着替えてる間に沢井の胸がどれだけ成長したのかチェックしてやろうと思ったのよな。
やん、渚先輩のエッチ。
I poke Senpai's shoulder with my own.
冗談だってば。
分かってますってば。
You know, this is pretty fun. I wonder if the feeling of freedom after work is at play too.
そこでじゃれ合われると通れないんだけど。
主任さん。
That's when I noticed the chief was standing behind us in her uniform. We quickly get out of the way and she passes between us. Then she opens up a locker 3 past mine.
仲がいいのは結構なことだけれど、もう少し TPO というものを考えてほしいものね。
With that, the chief pulls down her zipper.
すみません。ほら、沢井も。
すみません。
My eyes dart back and forth. And how could they not? All of a sudden, the chief is in her underwear.
こんなこと言いたくないけど、藤沢さんにも先輩としての自覚が欲しいわね。新人の沢井さんと一緒に騒いでどうするの？
はい。
Is this really okay? Just us standing here? Wow, the chief's such a grown-up. Those large breasts, that tight waist, that raised hip line. Her entire being gives off an aura of womanliness that Senpai and I can't hope to match.
沢井？
Her underwear is so mature, too.
沢井さん、大丈夫？
Ah,
すみません、私見とれてました。
何言ってるのよ。
何って。あ、すみません、私見とれてました。
I said I was staring.
沢井さん。
That makes me sound like a real weirdo.
沢井？
私主任さんを変な目で見ちゃった。どうしよう、恥ずかしいよ。
ちょっと沢井？
恥ずかしい。
沢井？ちょっと待ちなさいってば。
恥ずかしがって泣くべきは私の方だと思うのだけれど。
悪意性恋愛症候群。 リセラピ
I blew it again. Today has been a rampage of mistakes. I was dozing off during the morning reports. I tried to put the wrong drugs in the IV bag even after the double check. Then I was accidentally rude when answering a nurse call and the patient was really mad at me. She'd be like, "What do you want?" I went to apologize, but I probably won't be forgiven for a while. I totally blew it.
戻りました。
I'm sure Senpai would comfort me if she were here, but she's off today. I really need someone to lean on right now.
まったく、あなたは何をしているの？
I didn't expect to run into the chief.
申し送りではうとうとする。薬剤は間違える。挙句の果てに患者さんに失礼な態度。あなたは仕事を何だと思っているの？
すみません。
すみませんじゃないでしょう。口先だけの謝罪なんていらないわ。
口先だけじゃ。
私はあなたに仕事を何だと思っているのか聞いたのよ。謝罪じゃないわ。答えなさい。あなた仕事を何だと思っているの？ここは遊び場じゃないのよ。
すみません。
Apologies are the only answer I can come up with.
まあまあ主任、新人も反省しとるみたいやし。
失敗を何度も繰り返すような薄い反省をするくらいなら最初から反省なんてしない方がいいわ。
まあ猿でもできる反省なんざ聞かされる方も時間と労力の無駄やけどな。
Wait, Yamanouchi, weren't you on my side?
仲良しの先輩と楽しそうに仕事をしているようだから水を差すのもどうかと思って黙っていたけれど、あなた気が緩みすぎよ。
はい。
I probably am a little too laid back.
私たちは患者さんの命を預かっているの。あなたのちょっとしたミスで患者さんだけじゃなく患者さんの周囲の人の人生すべて狂うのよ。
Yeah, I'm completely at fault here.
取り返しのつかないことをしでかしてあなた自身が後悔するのは勝手だけど病院にも同僚にも多大な迷惑がかかるの。
I know I'm at fault, so I feel really pathetic. I know that. I think I know that. But I can't just think I know it. I need to realize how heavy the reality of what she's saying is and make sure I don't blow it like this again.
もういいわ。顔を洗って仕事に戻りなさい。
She lets out a sigh and turns her back to me.
泣くな新人、自業自得やで。
Her words are harsh, but Yamanouchi's voice is gentle.
叱られた理由は分かってるやろ。今日のあんたの態度は目に余る。
はい。
まあとはいえ主任の言葉はちっとばかりきつかったけどな。
Right, I know it was all my fault, but she was really harsh.
ま、主任が言うてることは当然のことやから気に病みすぎんとしっかり頑張り。
I've thought this from before, but it feels like the chief is a little harsh on me. Is it wrong for me to have fun while I work with Senpai? I mean, it just ends up being fun. What am I supposed to do about that? Is the chief really harsh on Senpai for happily chattering away as she works? I haven't seen that once. Then why did she only call me out? I know I'm at fault for blowing it, but she doesn't have to throw the book at me like that. Does she just hate me? Ugh, this is so depressing. I wonder if a day will come when she compliments me.
白恋リセラピ
That'll be the day when I start working on her roots. Since I have a bit of time, Senpai and I are visiting the examination and x-ray rooms. We're on patrol making our rounds.
検査結果とかレントゲンフィルムが上がっても届けてくれるわけじゃないからね。薬剤もそう連絡をくれるだけだからね。忙しいと連絡もくれないから適当な頃を見計らってこっちから取りに行かなきゃいけないのよ。連絡くらいくれたらいいのに。そうもいかないわよ。オーダーが集中したらほんと猫の手も借りたいくらい忙しいのよ。こういうのはお互い様なんだから気遣い合って気持ちよく仕事できたらいいわよね。そうですよね。お互い気持ちよく仕事ができるように気遣うなんてさすがです、渚先輩。おだてても何も出ないわよ。
We giggle to each other as we walk down the hall. It's just between morning and afternoon examinations, or rather, it's a bit before evening examinations, so there aren't too many patients about. That makes the hallways a lot easier to walk through. I don't know why this glitched so badly. We came down to the outpatient floor, and after checking the examination room, we returned a medical report of a patient that had left the hospital quite some time ago to the receptionist.
渚先輩、今日の外来回りってこれで終了ですか？そうね。昼からのオーダー分はまだ反映されてないだろうし。
Then I notice a boy running towards me from the corner of my eye. And right there, I feel a gust of wind from my feet. Boy!
なんだつまんねえパンツ。
Nagisa, though.
しかもキーって言った。
The boy who flipped my skirt was Hiro, the most mischievous of the kids in 306. He's watching me with a devilish grin. I hurry to push my skirt down, but it's too late. He flipped it up high and everyone had seen what was underneath.
渚先輩。
When I try to seek Senpai's help, she just looks away with her hands over her mouth. Help me, please.
白パンツ白パンツ。キーキーキー。
やめてよ。
They run around the hall singing their taunting song at me. They're far too quick to catch, too, dodging my arms at the last second.
いって何すんだこのブス。
なんやて？この美人看護師の山之内さんを捕まえて。
Yamanochi appears to have smacked Hiro with the rolled-up cardiogram sheet she has in her hands.
あんたら心電図持ってくのを忘れとったやろ？
She smiles at us. Hiro, on the other hand, stubbornly circles around her.
お前のスカートもめくってやる。
He's after Yamanouchi's skirt.
一丁前に大人の女の下着を狙うとは10年早いんじゃクソガキが。
She wards him off with the electrocardiogram chart as she signals with her eyes for us to get going. Completely red-faced, I hurry away with Senpai.
いやー、災難やったな、沢井。
Yamanochi comes back to the nurse's station with a big grin.
あのクソガキにはきっついお仕置きしといた。子供相手に何をしたんです？
Yamanochi waves and laughs off Senpai's worries.
手荒なことなんか何もしとらんよ。ただ騒ぎしたのと同じことしただけや。
So you're saying you pantsed him?
同じことって？パジャマのズボン下ろしたった。ちょっと勢い余ってパンツまで下ろしてしもうたけど、ま、誤差の範囲や。
What is wrong with you? Yamanochi grinned with a peace sign. Oh my god.
沢井と同じ白パンツやったね。目には目ってな。クソガキには世の中の厳しさをちょっとばかし教えてやらんとな。
知りませんよ。親御さんからクレーム来ても。
心配ゴムよ。看護師にパンツ見られたなんて親に言うても当たり前のこと言うなって終わるわ。
She probably has a point.
けど沢井のあれはいかんな。あの下着はちょっといただけんわ。へそまでパンツでしかも白とか。その手のマニアなら大喜びやけどな。
へそまでじゃありません。おへその下までです。
I shot before I realized it, so I quickly covered my mouth.
同じやアホ。しかもあれパンティーライン丸見えやんか。
Okay, there she has a point. It doesn't stand out in the other nurses' uniforms, but for some reason my line really stands out. It's weird.
白衣って下着丸見えになることもあるからな。そういうことも考慮の上、もうちょい考えてチョイスせなあかん。
チョイスって
せやね。例えばラインの出にくい下着にするとか、いっそノーパンでパンスと直履きとか。
Yeah, no.
ノーパン。
Senpai burst out laughing beside me. I just watched Yamanochi with wide eyes. I thought she was joking as usual, but she nods with a surprisingly serious expression.
そういう看護師もほんまにおるよ。まあそうは言うても一般的なのはティーバッグとかソーレースとかやけど。
That's a bit more specialized. Now we're talking about grown-up underwear. Oh, that reminds me.
主任さんとか。主任さんの下着大人っぽかったな。
おい藤沢、沢井と主任ってパンツ見せ合う仲なんか。
は？なんでそうなるんですか？違います。たまたま更衣室で。
分かっとるわ、冗談や。で、主任はどんなパンツ履いとるん？
確か。
I tried to remember what she looked like a few days ago.
ピンクの紐だったと思います。
紐？もしかして紐パンか。やるなし。
Whoops. Wait, what? She seems awfully impressed, but I don't really want to dig deeper.
しかもピンクか。ブリブリやん、ブリブリ。うわー、めっさ燃えるわ。
ピンクって言ってもこう子供っぽい感じのピンクじゃなく落ち着いた色合いの、あ、バラの柄とかもついてました。
バラの柄で落ち着いた色合い。大人の女にしか使えん色なわけやね。
Something only a grown woman could pull off. Yeah, she's right. I look a little off wearing that kind of underwear.
その上紐。やっぱ主任やるわ。生半可なひよこには真似できんね。
Yamanochi's really stuck on the string. Is underwear where the sides are strings actually that enticing? Though, shape aside, I wonder if I can grow up into someone who can pull off that look.
沢井は今のまま白パンツがいいと思う。
Senpai whispers that as if she's read my mind. Senpai's cheeks are just a little red as she looks away.
沢井は今のままが沢井らしいよ。渚先輩。
Yamanochi's looking back and forth between us with very interested eyes.
おお、なんだか意味深だこと。
もうパンツってやめましょう。
そうね、 パンツパンツ連呼しているのは女性ばかりの職場とはいえみっともないわね。患者さんに聞かれたらどうするの？
I timidly turn around.
主任戻ってたんですか。
Yamanochi, your voice is breaking.
さーてと、私も病棟回ってこようかな。
Nagisa stands up nervously. I scramble to stand up too.
待ってください。私も行きます。
Talk about your bad timing. I got my skirt flipped up, I got my panties looked at. Today's just not my day.
白衣性恋愛症候群リセラピー。
I finished my IV rounds and I did all my vital checks. The ward's been awfully calm today. It's nice to just kind of relax like this. Senpai's off today, so I have to work really hard alone, but at this rate, I think I'll be okay. I hear a sudden shout. It came from the children's room, right? When I turn around, I see a girl dash from room 306 and cling to me.
琥珀ちゃん？看護婦のお姉ちゃん、大変なの。どうしたの？来て、早く来て。
Is it Abi?
ちょっと。
Kaku pulls me into room 306, and that's where I see... There's a girl on the bed, shaking and foaming at the mouth. Oh no.
どうしよう。ひきょうちゃんどうしちゃったの？看護婦のお姉ちゃん、ひきょうちゃん大丈夫なの？
So just on the topic, in high school, in, I think it was like a history class or something. But anyway, there was this one girl, and she apparently had seizures a lot. And then one day, like I was sitting behind her, and then one day she just falls out of her chair and it's like on the ground, you know? I'm like, oh my god, what is happening? It was so scary, oh my god. Her name was Kikyo, right? I flipped through the pages of Kikyo's report in my head, trying to remember what I can from the glimpse I took of it. What was she sick with again?
どうしよう。
What should I do? I don't think there's anyone at the nurse's station right now. The chief is often on call, and Yamanochi's in the examination room on an emergency examination order. Kikyo is shuddering, with her eyes white and bubbles coming from the sides of her mouth. What's going on here? What do I do? What should I do? I feel like a cold hand has clutched my heart. A cold sweat runs down my back. Kikyo, oh Kikyo, what's going to happen to you? Is she just going to keep shaking and then vomit blood and then die? My legs start to shake violently. I drop to my knees. What do I do? I'm scared. I'm so scared I want to cry. I feel like I need to do something, but my body just won't move. She's having convulsions. I wrote her temperature chart, if memory serves. She often has fevers, and I made her an ice pack once when her fever was over 37 degrees Celsius. If she has a fever and convulsions, does that mean these are fever convulsions? A variety of words and fragments of memories float around my mind. But was there a report that she had a fever in this morning's vital checks? I have a feeling there weren't any reports like that. Did she suddenly get a fever? If so, why?
看護婦のお姉ちゃん、ひきょうちゃんを助けてあげて。
Kohaku clutches my arm as she looks up at me with scared eyes. She's right, I'm the one who has to do something here. Should I contact the doctor? But that would mean I have to leave here for a bit. Can I really leave her bedside when she's in this condition? What if something happened to her while I was gone?
どうしたの？
Ami rushes into the room.
カオリンさん、ひきょうちゃんどう したの？それがもしかして発作ですか？
Huh?
アミちゃん、この状態を知ってるの？たまにあるみたいですよ。私、以前見たことあります。本当？はい、私、処置も覚えてます。
Ami's been in the hospital for a long time, and she's the oldest in this room. She might know more about this than I do, so I should probably follow what she says. But Ami's not the one who went to nursing school here, so maybe I should do something myself. What do I do? Just double check. Do something yourself. I can't depend on the patients. I'm the nurse here. What do I do? What should I do here? I put my hands to my chest and take a deep breath. I breathe in and out a few times. That helps to calm me down. Alright, I'm gonna be okay.
アミちゃん、キキョウちゃんが痙攣を起こしてる理由、何か知らない？確か、転換発作だってナースさんたちが言ってたような。
Childhood epilepsy. Now this I learned about in school. The symptoms, and how to deal with it. Alright, let's calm down first. What's the first thing we should do?
まずは、気道確保。
I slowly hold Kikyo up as I put her on her side. I allow the bubbles that have built up in her mouth to come out and then wipe off the exterior. I have to pull up the bed rails to make sure she doesn't fall off too. The other kids are watching me from their beds with worried eyes, so I pull out a smile.
キキョウちゃんは大丈夫よ。でも、みんながざわざわしてると安心して休めないから、少しだけ静かにね。
The kids seal their lips and nod understanding. Epileptic seizures shouldn't last too long, but I measure the time just in case. I take a look at my watch. It looks like about 5 minutes have passed since coming into the room. You should really start to worry if it goes on for 30 minutes or longer, but I take a look over at Kikyo to see that she's mostly calmed down.
カオリンさん、すごい。
Ami whispers in awe.
かっこいい。まあね、これでも一応看護師だからね。
Saying that with a bit of a joking tone, I let out a quiet sigh. I'm relieved that worked out somehow. Kikyo slowly opens her eyes.
キキョウちゃん、気がついた？
She nods at my voice like she's just woken up.
じゃあ物品取ってくるから、アミちゃん、何かあったらすぐコールしてくれるかな？はい、任せてください。というわけで、306号室のキキョウちゃんが転換発作を起こし、約5分で収まりました。その後、バイタルなどは正常に戻っています。
そう、大変だったのね。沢井さん、お疲れ様。
That ends my nervous report to the chief. I let out a tense breath. Yamanouchi lightly pats my shoulder.
よしよし、新人にしちゃ上出来やで。よくパニックも起こさず、冷静に対処して成長したんやね、沢井。ほろり。
いやー、実はかなりドキドキものでした。
いやいや、上出来上出来。普通は痙攣発作見た時点でテンパってオロオロしてまうもんで。
頑張ってみました。
Honestly, I was at the end of my rope. If I didn't have my little spell, I'd definitely have been crying. But I don't think anyone would believe me if I told them that.
そう、いいわね。この調子でこれからも頑張ってください。
After smiling at me, the chief leaves the nurse's station. Did she compliment me? I eagerly open up Kikyo's report, feeling joy bubble up in my chest.
悪意性恋愛症候群、リセラピー。
よろしく。
The chief laid into me for being too laid back last week, so I've got to be more proactive on the job. I'm not going to get chewed out for that again.
はい、どうされました？
Dizzy. Does that mean it's Miss Choto with the Menieres? Let me check the room. 305, bingo.
はい、伺います。誰から？ 305からなので、多分長藤さんからです。行ってきます。
よろしく。
失礼します。長藤さん、めまいはどうですか？
看護婦さん、めまいは少し良くなったんですが、ごめんなさいね、忙しいのに。
謝らないでください。私たちはそのためにいるんですから。吐き気とかはないですか？
そこまではひどくないのよ。ただ、そうね、ずーっと船に乗っているような感じかしら。
On a boat. Come to think of it, I remember reading something like this before. I've done a lot of studying since last time.
ちょっと失礼しますね。
I held up both her cheeks in my hands and peered into her eyes. Her pupils are moving around irregularly. Is that Meniere's disease symptom? Miss?
豚腹薬は飲みましたか？
吐き気止めを飲むほどひどくはないので大丈夫です。
じゃあ血圧を測りますね。
あら、気のせいかしら。めまいが楽になってきたような。若い看護師さんが一生懸命に対応してくれたおかげかしらね。
I'm right in the middle of measuring her blood pressure. What should I do? I should probably measure it anyway. I mean, I did get a nurse call and that's why I'm in this room now, so I think I need a record.
血圧は122の76。正常ですね。
ありがとう。お一ついかが？
She holds out a box of sweets with a bright smile. But I can't give in.
お気持ちだけもらっておきます。
あら、看護婦さんもまだ若いのにすっかりベテランみたいなこと言うようになって。
Miss Choto seems strangely happy that I turned down her offer.
成長したのね。おばさん、嬉しいわ。
Huh? Is this how a nice older lady would feel after watching a little neighborhood girl finish her first errand? Would that mean I'm the little girl who got her errand done after countless trials then? I'm not exactly sure how to feel about this. But I'm grateful that there's someone watching over me. That's something to be happy about.
仕事に慣れてくるとミスが増えるものだけど、それは誰もが通る道だから落ち込んじゃダメよ。頑張ってベテランになってね。
I know you become a veteran if you work hard.
はい、頑張ります。
We've all been there, huh? Good point. I get yelled at a lot, but everyone got yelled at when they were new. I'm sure that the chief, Yamanochi, and even the nurses who work part-time here were all newbies at some point. And thinking that makes me feel a lot better.
戻りました。
おかえり。どうだった？
Senpai looks a little worried. Senpai, I'm gonna do my best to catch up to you.
長藤さん、めまい発作でしたが収まったようです。吐き気はなかったんですが、眼神ありました。血圧122の76。豚腹飲まずです。
Didn't drink her medicine. She stares at me with her mouth agape. Did I say something strange?
やるね新人。それそのまま書いたら立派な記録になるで。
That's when I see Senpai throw her arms around me.
沢行ったらすっごく成長しちゃってもう先輩としてこんな嬉しいことはないわ。
渚先輩、私は渚先輩だったらこんな風に報告するだろうなって思って。
それでもよ、私の教え方が良かったんだとしても後輩の成長は嬉しいの。もうどうしよう。藤沢がどうするもこうするもないやろ。山之内さんにはこの嬉しさわかんないんです。はあ、私の沢井が大きくなったのね。
Senpai strokes my head with her arms still around me. Wow, I didn't think she'd be this happy to see me grow.
じゃあ私もっともっと頑張って渚先輩を追い越しちゃうくらいに頑張っちゃいます。
もうちょっと褒めたら図に乗っちゃって。沢井のくせに可愛くない。
She pinches my nose.
どうでもいいけれど、あなたたちいい加減仕事を再開してくれないかしら。白衣性恋愛症候群リセラピ
戻りました。
I've gotten pretty used to the job. Even some patients comment on how far I've come, so I must be doing something right. Like, I can take care of Mr. Otai when he's vomiting by myself now. And I'm a lot smoother with my reports now, too. I get to the nurse's station table, quickly write up a report, and do a big stretch.
ー。ちょっと聞いて。今朝網野さんのおむつ交換したのは誰？
The chief asks that as she steps through the door and looks over us.
網野さん。
Senpai Yamanochi and I were on diaper changing duty this morning, and we started from room 301.
私と沢井ですか？
Senpai timidly raises her hand. Senpai and I had handled Mrs. Amino, while Yamanochi handled Mr. Rue next to her.
どうかしたんですか？
あなたたちなのね。
She seems both unsurprised and flustered.
網野さんの便、おむつから溢れていたわよ。
Gross. I reflexively stand up when I hear that.
もういいわ。私が変えておいたから。
でもおむつから溢れてたってことは。
おむつもパジャマもベッドシーツも毛布もすべて交換してご家族にも説明済みです。だから今さらあなた方が行く必要はありません。
Senpai's face is completely pale. And to think of it, I saw her family with her grandchild a while ago. Her family said that her grandchild hadn't seen her in half a year either. But every time she moved, the smell of feces would follow, leading the rare meeting to a premature end.
沢井さんが頑張っているのは私の目にもしっかりと映っています。藤沢さんも同様です。けれど慣れてきたからといって手抜きをするのはどうなのかしら。
I'm not slacking off. But am I? Can I say that I didn't think diaper changing wasn't even a little bit of a pain with a straight face?
お言葉ですが主任、私たちはおむつ交換に手を抜いたつもりはありませんでした。
Senpai covers for me.
私もそうですけど、沢井もできるだけ早く風邪をひかせないよう手早くおむつを交換しようとしたんです。おむつがずれていたことに気づかなかったのは確かに私たちのミスですが。
あのね。
The chief puts her hand to her temple as she lets out a sigh.
例えばあなたたちが寝込んでいる時、風邪をひかせちゃいけないからって下着を前後逆に履かされたらどうかしら。
そんなのお尻がきつくて前がゴワゴワになりますね。
その状態で何時間我慢できる？
そんなの
確認してみたところ、アミノさんは朝食後にずれたおむつを当てられてずっと気持ち悪かったらしいのよ。本当はちゃんと当て直してもらいたくても失語症だし、お願いするのも悪いと遠慮してずっと我慢していたんですって。そして昼食前、我慢できなくて排便。お見舞いの家族の前でね。おむつがずれたまま排便すればベッドを汚してしまうのが分かっていたのに、そうせざるを得なかったの、アミノさんは。そんな状態でお昼ご飯が運ばれてきて、ご家族と一緒にお昼ご飯を食べながらずっと隠していたのよ。アミノさんはどんな気持ちだったんでしょうね。あなたたちだったらどうかしら。
I try to imagine how she felt. I imagine myself doing the same thing in front of my mother, father, and sister, and it just makes me want to cry.
すみません。
私に謝ってどうするの？謝る相手が違うんじゃないかしら。
じゃあ私たち今から謝ってきます。
せっかくの面会時間なのよ。これ以上邪魔するつもり？謝るにしてもお孫さんが帰ってからにしなさい。
She shoots us down like flies. Senpai's sobbing quietly next to me. Oh, it looks like I feel exactly the same way. When I think that, I feel a strange fix of despair, guilt, and relief as tears come to my eyes.
ごめんなさい。すいませんでした。
泣けば済むというものでもないでしょう。
We jolt up when yelled at.
誰が一番泣きたい気持ちだったのか分かって泣いているの？あなたたちは。
She's right. Mrs. Amina wanted to cry the most, but after having to deal with the awful mistake her subordinates made, the chief wanted to cry too. And it was all because of us. We don't have the right to cry.
仕事に慣れてきたのはいいけれど、私たちの仕事は他人の命を心ごと扱うことよ。手を抜くことや気を抜くことで誰かが傷つくの。それは患者さんだったり同僚だったりするけど、一番傷つくのはあなたたち自身よ。
はい。
覚えておきなさい。自分の言ったこと、やったことはすべて良くも悪くも自分に跳ね返ってくることを。
I resolved to carve the chief's words into my mind. I don't want to cut corners like this ever again.
はあ、やれやれ。一時はどうなることかと思ったわ。
Yamanochi pops back in with her regular tone. That voice eases the tense air of the nurse's station in an instant.
ま、仕事に慣れた勢いで変な手抜きの癖がつく前にきっちりしつけてもらえてよかったな。
Senpai's relief seems to get the better of her, and she crouches down and starts crying. I hug her shoulders and start crying myself. I don't want to go through this ever again, and I don't want to put a patient through it either.
しつけはまだ終わってないわよ。
しつけ？
Senpai and I raise our tear-ridden faces when we hear that. As Yamanochi grinned away, I couldn't believe the words our stone-faced chief delivered. After work, Senpai and I are looking at each other in my room.
本当にやるの？だってやらないわけにはいかなくないですか？ それはそうなんだけど。
We're facing each other, and in between us are two paper diapers. Oh
あなた
god.
たち帰ったら寮でおむつ内排泄を体験しなさい。おむつは必要枚数持って帰っていいわ。おむつ内排泄の感想をレポートにして明日の朝に提出すること。分かったわね。
言うておくけど、主任の目をごまかせるなんざ間違うても考えん方がええよ。
でもおむつ内排泄なんてねえ、やったつもりでレポート書いちゃわない？
I think Yamanochi's right. I can't imagine we'd be able to pull off lying to the chief. And who knows how much she'll yell at us when she finds out. And it would be fine if all she did was get mad at us, but I have the feeling she looked down on us too. But she wants us to go in diapers? What should I do? We have to. But we made our beds and now we have to sleep in them. I really, really don't want to do this, but I know there's a point to it.
私はやろうと思います。だって相手はあの主任さんですよ。絶対バレますよ。隠し通すなんて絶対に無理です。
Senpai makes a difficult face as she thinks it over.
確かにあの主任相手に隠し通せるかといえばちょっと無理かも。自信ないですよ。バレたら怒られるだけじゃ済まないかもしれないですよ。あり得るわね。
Senpai shudders, and I'm sure it's out of fear.
じゃあしょうがない。やりますか。で、どっちからやる？
Senpai picks up a diaper with a resolved face. Looks like she's ready. This is when women are at their strongest. Time to show the chief what we're made of.
順番じゃなくて一緒にやりませんか？
When I timidly ask that, Senpai goes a little red and nods. Then I pick up my diaper.
今日のことは誰にも話しちゃダメなんだからね。
Her face is beet red now.
話しませんよ、こんなこと。
I go just as red as Senpai when I reply. So what happened? Well, I really don't want to say.
これですんごくリアルなレポートが書けるね。そうですね。主任さんも山之内さんも誰も疑いようのない濃いレポートが書けますよね。もちろんよ。じゃないとあんな。じゃあ私は部屋に戻ってレポート書くよ。沢井、また明日ね。はい、また明日。
After seeing Senpai off as she leaves my room with her used diaper, I sit down at my desk.
さて、レポート。主任さんがグーの根も出ないようなすんごいレポート書いちゃうんだから。白恋リセラピー。
あなたたちのレポート読ませてもらいました。
Here it comes.
大変よく書けていると思います。あなたたちがここまで書いてくるとは私にとって嬉しい予想外です。
Hearing the chief say that fills me with relief. I look at Senpai to see her smile at me with tears in her eyes. I'm so moved that I can't help tearing up either.
正直言うと実行するのが嫌でごまかすんじゃないかと思っていたのだけれど、あなたたちのことを甘く見ていました。 これからも今回のことを忘れずに頑張ってくださいね。
はい、頑張ります。
Thank goodness. I'm really glad that we got over how gross it was and just did it. Nagisa and I are going about the ward, checking patients' vitals when...
ねえねえ、これあげる。
Komu from the children's room offers up a can of soda. Don't do it.
これあげる。
Don't do it. He pushes it closer to me. I don't know what he's getting at. It's cold and looks tasty, but not accepting gifts from patients or their family is a basic hospital rule. I have to turn this down.
ごめんねコムやん。気持ちは嬉しいけど、お姉ちゃんたちこういうのもらっちゃいけない決まりになってるの。
Komu doesn't get ground.
あげるったらあげるの。
He looks behind him with a troubled expression for a moment, then stubbornly pushes the soda at me. What should I do?
いいじゃん、もらっておきなさいよ。子供って言い出したら聞かないし、主任に叱られたら私も言い訳してあげるから。
Senpai's not taking this seriously at all. But Komu looks like he's about to cry, so I can't quite bring myself to turn him down.
わかった、もらうね。ありがとうコムやん。
When I try to put the soda into my pocket, though, Komu starts sounding anxious.
ダメ、ちゃんとここで飲まなきゃダメなの。
No.
ここでさすがに勤務中はダメだよ。
When I start objecting, Senpai pokes me.
ここでちょっと飲むふりをして後で詰め所に持っていけばいいんじゃない？
But I have to open it, and it's gonna spray me, Nagisa.
あ、そっか。
That way I won't get clamped down on by any other staff, and I won't upset Komu, ideally. I take a good look at the soda can. Hey, I love this brand in high school. It's sweet, but the fizzy bubbles keep you coming back for more. I didn't know they had an orange flavor. It looks delicious. Girl.
やったー、大成功。
Hiro really said, got him!
はい、やったね。
Wait, what's going on? Komu and Hiro gave each other high fives and celebrated after seeing my blank expression. Sticky soda drips from my hair. Wait a second.
くわら、悪いことして。うわ、逃げろ。待ちなさい、この悪ガキ。へへだ、ここまでおいで。
A game of tag starts in the children's room. The other children seem to enjoy the show. And why wouldn't they? There's no other recreation in the hospital. Or recreation. But still, that was pretty awful. Eventually, Senpai captures Komu and brings him to me.
お姉ちゃん、ごめんね。
No, you're not. Komu then goes on to explain what this was all about. First, Komu can't stand up to Hiro, which is why Hiro made Komu give me a can of soda that they'd shaken up beforehand. Which means that Hiro was behind this little trick. I find it all funny and burst out laughing. It's not like scolding him will get me anywhere, and this was a childish trick. I've got to laugh it off and forgive them. Ugh.
なかなかやるわね。お姉ちゃん一本取られちゃったな。
There's no point in pushing harder now. Komu looks relieved to hear me say that and lets out a bashful laugh. This is why you just can't hate kids. I take another gulp of the canned soda in my hands.
いたずらはひどいけど、ジュースは美味しい。ちょ、かわいい。流暢にジュース飲んでる場合じゃなくて、着替えてこなくていいの？
My hair and uniform are soaked and sticky.
もうあの悪ガキ本当に逃げ足だけは早いんだからじゃあちょっと着替えてきます。これお願いします。
I hand Senpai the half-filled can and head for the exit to change.
ああ関節キスだやらしいの
Huh? When I turn back to Hiro's voice, I see that Senpai has her lips to my soda can and is completely frozen.
関節キス関節キスラブラブラブラブ
Labu labu.
関節キスって
キスキス
Senpai's face goes completely red as the kids egg her on, and then... crack. She slams her knuckles onto Hiro's head.
渚先輩嘘でしょ。いつもひどいいたずらしておいてあれ式で泣くわけ。それにそんな強く叩いてないし。やだ泣き止んでよ。
Senpai desperately tries to calm him down, but Hiro just cries louder and louder. But that punch was pretty loud. It might have hurt a bit.
何を騒いでいるのかしら。
Oh, you know, just a skull fracture, nothing major. A voice electrifies the room, and we all turn to the entrance.
藤沢さん、患者さんを泣かせた理由を説明してくれるかしら。
これはその
沢井さんも沢井さんよ。何なのその白衣は。
これは炭酸の効いたジュースが噴き出しまして。
ジュース。まさかもらったとか言わないでしょうね。
The chief's cold eyes pierce through me, and sweat mixes with the soda dripping down my face. There's only one thing to do.
すみません。コムヤンにもらったジュースをかぶりました。
This calls for a strategic retreat. I've got to apologize.
看護婦さんがぶった
ぶったですって。
The chief's glasses glint. I'm like a frog being glared at by a snake. I can't move.
違うんです。これには訳が。
痛いよ
Hiro pretends to cry as he steals a glance at me and sticks out his tongue.
あ、泣き真似してる。この卑怯者。
藤沢さん。
はい。
あなたたち、後で休憩室にいらっしゃい。
はい。
Ignoring our despair, the chief glares at the children in the room.
入院中、退屈で面白くないのはわかります。けれど、あなたたちのために仕事をしている看護師を面白半分でからかうことは私が許しません。
Completely unacceptable.
特にコムヤンとヒロ君。今回のことは親御さんに報告します。きっちりと叱ってもらいなさい。
横暴だ。なんだよこの豊島。
Eek. Did you just call the chief an old hag? The chief looks at Hiro with cold eyes. Senpai and I hold each other's hands as we watch in breathless fear.
なんだよ。
Hiro looks like he's on the verge of tears.
年島だなんて言ってごめんなさい。本当は綺麗な看護婦さんだって思って。ごめんなさい。
Hiro actually apologized through genuine tears.
反省したのならそれでいいわ。
Without comforting the crying Hiro, the chief simply leaves the room as if nothing had happened. The children all go back to their beds in silence. This is such a strange scene to see. Kamu pats Hiro on the shoulder, and Hiro goes back into his bed, still in tears.
沢井も着替えてきなよ。あとは私が処理するから。はい。
Chief, I'm glad you're protecting us, but being able to make a kid cry with a single glare really is something. But I mean, it's my fault for falling for a kid's trick so easily in the first place. I've still got a long way to go down the road to being a good nurse.
白衣性恋愛症候群リセラピー。
Alright, I think this is a good place to stop. That. I'm assuming cart means chapter, maybe? I don't know, because this game is kind of long, but whatever. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope you're enjoying it. There's a lot going on this time. Looks like we're gonna keep talking about the diaper stuff, unfortunately. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye!